Welcome to GTV ANZ, the gaming channel created by Ubisoft. Every Tuesday and Friday on YouTube, we'll be doing fast plays, game challenges, 1v1 face-offs, and so much more. You happy?
When did we get a dog?
That's a good question.
G'day and welcome to Reload. We are back. We've done OCN Stage 2 playoffs and we are here ready to go. I am joined, of course, by the regular queue and a special guest, but, you know, Xenox, Guz, Manic, how are we feeling tonight?
Woo! I am feeling pumped. It's good to be working again. I've had a nice week off, and I'm about to go into like a four week holiday. But look, I'm so excited. We've got the best guest in the town on the show tonight.
Oh, jeez, that just throws shade at everyone else, doesn't it? It's not like we've had other people on the show. Don't worry about them. That's fine. No, it's good to have Dgtl on. Sure, there'll be a lot of cheeky little jabs thrown his way throughout the night, of course. Not making APAC South, but somehow winning OCN. It's just what we do here in Australia. It's the way to go, but... No, look, Dev, I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's good to be back. Like Xenox said, we've just clocked on officially as of about a minute ago. So, yeah, keen to get into this one.
Very fresh off the ranked Dgtl. Now, how was the stack? Were your games fruitful?
We were 2-0 for the night. Getting some... Actually, I think we were like 3-0. Don't want to pop my own tyres, but yeah, we were having some good games, so it was good.
Good. And Guz, how we feeling? You're looking good in the Chiefs jersey, I like.
Yeah, thanks. Just gotta rep the boys. I am a little bit confused by your Twitter @. I don't know who DevMarta High is, but he sounds like an imposter. So hopefully we get that fixed at some stage. Not to throw the bus too hard here. Obviously that is Xenox's job. But yeah, great to be here. We had a good stage 2, so I'm keen to talk about it.
Yeah, well,
why can I just see Dev?
Because that goes on, mate. You're not allowed to. You're just throwing me under the bus again, mate. No one on the stream knew what was going on, but I was just trying to change my name. Look, Dgtl, you are the guest here. You are finally on the show. We've been wanting to get you for a while, but we were saving it until you'd won the back-to-back. Now, it's the first time that you guys have not only just won the first one in Stage 1, but you've actually won back-to-back, and you're kind of looking like the best team in OC at the moment, at least with an OCN. How's it feeling? You know, Chiefs riding high.
Yeah, it feels good, obviously. Back-to-back wins is something we definitely were subbing for. You guys see my brother, sorry? Sorry.
Right, bring him on.
I know, it feels good. Yeah, obviously after not making APAC South OCN, the OCN title was definitely something we were working towards and putting all our effort into. Yeah, so yeah, it just feels good to secure the win and remain the title holders for the region.
Yeah, look, want to dig deep into... I mean, I'm sure a lot of our people watching know who you are, right? You know, playing for Chiefs. I want to dig a little bit more into your history, but first I'm just going to tell everyone we do have some other cool stuff happening tonight. So as usual, we do have some R6 credits available to give away with the Battle Pass, and I think the containment event is also still live. So there's a lot of stuff there that you can go and spend those credits on. Of course, some esports skins too. If you want to enter that, make sure you type Dgtl, that's DGTL, in the chat and you will be eligible. Now we're going to draw 3 credit packs and it's not all going to be at the end. We're actually going to draw them just throughout the show. So make sure you stick around. You have to be here, otherwise you can't win it. The other cool giveaway, we actually have an SSD from Samsung. Now Guz did win one, unfortunately. In our Samsung SSB.
Unfortunately.
Better than Xenox winning it, let's be honest.
Mate,
yes.
You are very fortunate it wasn't me.
For that, I'm grateful. So thank you, guys, for making sure that it was not Xenox. But of course, we also had an SSD going out to community submissions, and we're going to be announcing at the end of the show today who has won that SSD. We had some really good submissions. We'll talk about that a bit later. But for now, Dgtl, you know, a lot of people know who you are, playing for Chiefs. But, you know, what's the origin story? What has been that beautiful narrative arc?
My origin story, geez, starts on PlayStation. I was playing with a couple of the lads, and one of them being Tigers, who used to play in a team called Dgtl. But yeah, we basically moved to PC with a bunch of the CG boys. Yeah, so that was called Dgtl, that team. Moving on from there, I stopped. Was doing a bit of Year 12, but still sort of playing ranked and being involved in the scene until Vast messaged me if I wanted to trial for their team, which was Oddity at the time, I think. Yeah, and that's speed running this. So yeah, Oddity to Onyxian, which then we got picked up by Elevate, and then which is now the Chiefs roster. So yeah, gone through a couple of iterations, but yeah, it's just it's a short story.
Because this is the best roster, right? This is the pinnacle, isn't it? This is the best roster you've had and the best team you've been under, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I do miss my XT boys, but yeah, without a doubt, I think the back-to-back champs roster is leading at the moment.
Throwback, AXT was like one of the OG like under 18 gunner teams, and a lot of those players have made it to some pretty high places. Do you remember who was on that roster?
Yeah, we had a couple of rosters, but some notable players that still play that were on that roster: Vinny, Giovanni, or Jono. Tigers, who doesn't play anymore. Picnic was on that roster. He's a coach now for Knights. And there's some other players as well, but they don't really play anymore, like Flex and Arlo. Were two other Shabs as well, but yeah, those players don't really play anymore.
I seem to recall you also won a couple of those Zenlands back in the day. That was you, right?
Oh, I was a part of the Zen Demon roster. Yeah, that was me, Tigers, Redolent, Shabs, and
Jack.
Vinny was a part of it as well.
Yeah,
and Jack Daddy was. Yeah, Jack Daddy's been both. I think the three. Yeah, some big names.
Guys, it was so OP, man. It was like a community LAN event in this internet cafe, and then we get all the pros rock up. Like, you just stacked that event every time.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Mate, I'm gonna dive in here and ask, because this is the real question. What did it feel like missing out on APAC South by a point by the smallest of margins? How does that one sink in for you and the boys?
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I need to really formulate a good response here, because I'm going to be asked this question multiple times throughout the night. I think what sucks is that we're 3 points or one game away from first place, which is to be the same position as Knights. Obviously, they can't go, which sucks so much. So I don't want to say, it didn't matter we made first, but yeah, 3 points being away from first is something I don't know. I feel like if you were 3 points away, then you'd be in finals, but you're not. And that just shows how close the season was. So, yeah, it sucks, but I'm more than confident that our next season will be a more stronger one.
Yeah, I was very close to Apex South, but hey, a bit closer to home. Once again, OCN, the title was yours. Now, this time it looked like it was gonna be difficult again. In stage 1, you had to take down Knights in the final. This time, you beat them in the preliminary final and then took down Bliss. And like, if we're honest, like, it wasn't that difficult. If we want to start digging into it, I actually have all the match stats and stuff. So why don't we start going through all that good stuff? If you give me a moment, I'm gonna go and find some of your games. Yeah,
what's it like being one of the most handsome people ever? Dgtl, just while we get that up.
I'm not the most handsome. I like to think I'm a 5 out of 10 average. But the L'Oreal helps. The L'Oreal helps.
It took all of what, 10 minutes?
They train you well, dude. They really do train you well.
Nick will be happy with that one. He'll be upset. So there we go. It didn't take him long to bloody respond to that either. Goodness me.
Yeah. No, look. If we want to start digging into the OCN results, why don't we go and we'll watch the little bit of a recap of what happened in the playoffs, and take it from there.
Oh my god, what is this? What? How? How does this happen? They're just going to push and swarm around the site. Can they suffocate and cut the oxygen off tonight? It looks like maybe so. A 2v2 though, Haywood. That's an unreal C4 and it is now worthy. But what a performance from Haywood. Hayden Knights clear this as they come around. They think it's already clear. It's a free kill, surely. Oh, Fisho, not like that. Oh no. It's Haywood into the crosshair. Kicking ass, taking name.
And maybe even the series, but Worthy is just too damn good. Swings again. Oh
No
my
way.
word, it's an awkward engagement. Worthy whips out the pistol. Nitro Cell to follow, but it doesn't quite detonate in time.
3 for the round, 2 versus 1. Oda on the clash, has to go big. He's got a ping. He lands the shot onto God Legion. 1 versus 1 with 30 seconds left. Triple kill in one of the most clutch rounds. Oda in Barstock, he's got no hope in hell. He lands the headshot, but it's worthy to close it out with a quad. The Chiefs are champions once again.
Just let him do his thing, Rob. Just let Worthy kill everybody. 1 point. Oh! What? Hello and good night. Sincerely, Worthy.
Oh no, my God, Knights are getting taken to town. Oh God. At least buy them dinner first, Chiefs. At least buy them dinner.
Yeah, look, pretty eventful final there. That was the final day. I gotta say, I love the caster cams, even though I admit I'm like never thinking about it when we're actually casting, so I'm never actually doing anything good. Xenox and Guz, you guys really played up to the camera though, so I respect you for that.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm always thinking about it, let's be real.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're doing something. Overall thoughts on the playoffs, boys. The bracket was pretty stacked, and in the end, it was a bit of deja vu to stage 1 with, you know, Chiefs just making that
David
same run.
what?
David Arbu. It's David Arbu, mate. Haven't you ever seen David Arbu? Come on, Xenox, you gotta know that. No, look, I think it was I think Saturday was fantastic, man. The Knights pulling out that run when we really had counted them out. Honestly, you know, I'm gonna go a little bit conspiracy theorist here. I reckon Knights were kind of getting an idea that they weren't going to be making it to Mexico and decided to put all the eggs in. But no, obviously toward the end, I think that, you know, it does suck for Knights, the fact that they kind of finished 5th and had to fight all the way through, because it would have been nice to have maybe seen them have a bit more of a hope. And from what we heard as well, Juicy was not feeling the best on Sunday. Picnic, obviously, you know, kind of rotating in there for him, which is never ideal. Even though Dgtl, you mentioned before, Picnic, you played with him back on the EXT roster, I believe you were saying. Yep. But, like, you know, he's an absolute gunner, but just not having, you know, someone like Juicy in the forefront of your team would have to hurt immensely. But honest to God, I really take my hat off to the Knights. They turned up on Saturday. The Rafflecopter game, man, it was like it was never in doubt. I think that was probably the biggest shock to me, was seeing them come in and just absolutely dominate it felt like for no reason whatsoever. It felt like they had no right doing it. And guys, you mentioned just simple siege, right? Oh, shut up, Xenox.
Are you going to back that up with something, or are you just going to make noises?
I mean, he was technically throwing it to you, so I'm happy to let Guz talk, and then I'll come in.
Yeah, heading into the playoffs, I was honestly a little bit anxious that we were going to see the same antics from the Knights that we sort of saw in that final play day, with the major coming up and whatnot. But honestly, they came out swinging. I think we said throughout the day, or throughout both days, that they really didn't do anything too wild. For the most part, it was pretty expected siege, but the way in which they approached it with the discipline that we've come to expect was really at another level. No one outside of the Chiefs obviously able to match that, and with the asterisks of Juicy not being available, we probably didn't see the Knights at full strength in that matchup either. So yeah, in terms of the end result for the Chiefs, I guess, you know, we all anticipated that, but the run up to that was quite unexpected. I didn't anticipate the Knights to go as deep as they did.
I think that the Rafflecopter game, I mean, like, obviously Coastline was very one-sided. Consulate, as you can see now on your screens, 8-7, you know, went the distance. There's another world in which, you know, Raffle maybe get the 15th round and we go to a third map in the opening round of the playoffs, and I think that would be ideal. Obviously for Rafflecopter, like, from a technical standpoint, they obviously regress a little bit from stage 1, but I don't really think so. I think at the end of the day, they're still around that same sort of position. They're just a team fighting to try and get that top 4 spot. Didn't quite achieve it this stage, but they're more than capable. And I think, you know, you saw how powerful Bouncin has been this stage. And I think everyone on that roster can perform really well. So yeah, they lose to Knights, but there's no disrespect in that. The big one though for me is the very next game, and this is where I'll back up Manic, and that I think Saturday was really amazing. This series was probably the best series of the playoffs, and yet none of the games actually went to OT. The Oregon game, I think, could have gone a little bit longer. What I think was it the Specker attempt clutch in the very last round of the third map could have sent it to OT. Who knows what happens from there? Both Obviously, like Knights won Coastline pretty comfortably 7-4, but then then Order go and win Clubhouse 7-5. Like it was that sort of game where both teams could have won this. Either one of these could have really moved forward and challenged the Chiefs. And this is where I sort of want to, I guess, get Dgtl involved here. But were you guys watching this series play out, knowing you were going to be playing the winner the next day?
Yeah. So we weren't. Saturday was our day off, so we weren't all in the same Discord. I think some of us were though. But we were watching the games. We didn't expect Knights to come out and win both those games. It was a surprise to us as it was a surprise to you guys. But to answer your question, yeah, we were watching the games and we're also surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, did that change your opinion of obviously having Knights come through? Like, you know the Knights, like, you know their playstyle, you played them a ton before, but was it like seeing this different Knights? Did that affect kind of your mentality going into it at all?
No, I don't think so. I think we all, like, it would take a lot for us to get our mental down. I feel like that's something we really focused on last 2 seasons, is having a strong mental and not letting that sort of leak into our gameplay and how we play. So, no, I don't think it did. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the opening map was Coastline. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is with you guys in Coastline. It's, I mean, it's a good map for Knights. So I was kind of surprised to see you guys just be so dominant on it. Was Picnic playing like the primary reason for that, or was it something else?
I think Coastline is. I don't know. I feel like Coastline, you need to be make a lot of plays and be aggressive. You need to take a lot of map control and create space. And with them having Picnic, that maybe affected their confidence, which is a big thing. I feel like, especially for Coastline, if you need to be winning your gunfights and you know, taking a lot of making a lot of plays, not being confident might sort of affect their gameplay, and I'd argue it made us even more confident. So yeah, that Coastline, I can't even remember it, man. I don't even remember playing Coastline against those guys. I remember Cafe, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at that scoreline. I think I'm going to say that we had a really good attack half.
Yeah, 5-1.
5-1, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I can see it.
And then you won your first defense, I think. So it
Yeah.
could have been a 7-1. You just, you know,
Yeah.
it took you a couple rounds to nail down that second defense win.
Yeah.
Fisher had an unreal game. Good from him.
That'd be a shame.
Can we really make fun of the
not
support
at all.
players?
Fisher's probably the
Yes,
reason
good
why we
on.
got all our kills.
Shut up, Dgtl. Don't do that to me on my own show.
You can't do Fisher like that, man. I'm gonna stick up for my boy.
I think it's funny to see that Picnic's the guy who got the most kills on Knights in that map.
I'm telling you, Picnic's nuts. Picnic,
Yeah.
you know, having that EXT sort of EXT blood, he's nuts.
It's in the blood, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Can you feel the difference between playing Knights with a stand-in like Picnic, even if he is fragging out, and like even in the next game on Cafe, he's still, you know, second frags only behind Hayward. Like, but do you still sort of notice Knights maybe playing a little bit differently?
No, to be honest, not really. I feel like they still played similar. I feel like they still tried to play similar. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they were just a little bit slower, and when they were like switching or attacking, like it was easier to read what they were doing. But yeah, apart from that, no, they're pretty similar.
Oh,
I just realized
at
you
that.
were massive on Cafe.
Yeah.
Like, what the
look at that, dude. What on God's green earth is that, mate? Have you gone positive all season, then you do this to the Knights?
Yeah, all those kills were Picnic. Oh no, he actually did right. I don't know. Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, the crops were out today. The crops were ripe, so I had to do a bit of farming.
That's unreal. That is unreal. What are you laughing at, Guzzler?
Oh, the farm analogy, I thought it wasn't bad. Might steal that for a cast, did you? Honestly, it's not bad.
Crops were ripe. Yeah, use it.
Maybe you have a career ahead of you in retirement.
You had a pretty good little playoff performance, Dgtl. I'll say it here. Did you notice that you felt like you were in maybe better form than usual?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like who we're versing, I think, yeah, I don't know. I definitely did play a little bit better. And I feel like the same way I did the same last season. I feel like going into the games, I feel like all the hard work's done and I can just sort of relax and sit back a bit more. And I feel like that makes me a lot more confident. which is something I'm going to just sort of work on in stage 3, I think. Between me and Michelle is sort of just instilling heaps of confidence, calling my opponents shit, and just, yeah.
What did I tell you, Rob? What did I tell you?
End of game of Rainbow Six.
Coach
That's exactly what you
Xenox.
said.
Coach
Coach
Xenox.
Xenox. 2 a.m. night, 2 a.m. session. Xenox just makes sure that they know that they can leave the game at any time. They'll get lever, but they can leave whenever they want.
15 minutes, mate. 15 minutes is up.
So is that the professional psychologist's advice? Just call just think in your head that the other team is shit and you'll beat them. Is that the spread?
No. But if I said yes, Michelle would not like it. It's definitely. I think she definitely, like, obviously confidence is something you should have, but I don't know. I think I play best when I'm confident, in what I can do. So yeah, I was like I said on the interview, I just received a couple of droplets of Trent's confidence, and I played a little bit. I played well.
Yeah, Ditch, before we move on to the next game, which is the Bliss matchup, I actually genuinely want to know what it feels like to kind of be on top of the game at the moment. Because, I mean, for ANZ Siege right now, Knights are bloody solid as it is, but displays of, dominance like this is, I mean, it's hard not to look at it for what it is, which is it is just an absolute shellacking. What does it feel like at the moment? You and the team, what's it like kind of being in the Chiefs roster?
It feels good, like, and we've got good vibes. It doesn't like come up that often, believe it or not. Like, it's not like we literally don't take much note of it, and I feel like we're not, like, sure, maybe the scoreline says we're dominant, but I feel like next season, like, you gotta sort of what's the word, what am I thinking of, complacency. Like, sure, we won this season, we won last, but we won in the next. Like, it's done, it's over, we won it. So literally next season, in our eyes, it, like, any team can beat us, but we just need to be confident in ourselves and staying on top of our own game. And so just sort of coming to match days, it's not like it doesn't feel that, like, I guess we've won back-to-back, but we're not even, like, making APAC finals. So it's like, it's not like we're that dominant.
Yeah, but there's an asterisk next to that, man. There is a big asterisk next to that. And I think that, like, your performance last stage as well in the APAC South playoffs show us what you were, like, truly capable of. I believe it was Fnatic and then CAG in the lower bracket that you went, the full distance with both of those teams. I think that speaks for itself in its own right. And I mean, I'd agree with what you're saying. Stage 3 is a huge test for you guys, because if you can, I mean, hell, if you can back it up again for OCN and make APAC playoffs, or even better, book yourself straight to the major, like, I think that in a lot of minds, it would just, I think that would pretty much clear the top. I think we've, as commentators, we kind of talk about the eras of, teams and the eras of, let's say for Xenox, someone who's been across a different title, I'm sure that he'd understand, that washed and he's come back to Siege. But no, genuinely, like, I think that it would almost be fair to say stage 3 could kind of hang in the balance for Chiefs era, if you will. Would you agree with that? That if you make this the 3-peat, that this is kind of the era of the Chiefs?
I guess I hope so. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want that. Like, obviously, that's something we're striving for. So, to have our name next to an era would be cool. So, yeah, for sure.
Well, do you think that helps, I guess, with that complacency issue you mentioned before? Because really going into stage 3, even if we just look at OCN in a vacuum, you got a chance to make history. Like, this is not just another stage. Let's say Knights won this one, you won the first one, whatever. Like, this is a chance to literally win the entire calendar year worth of OCN Siege. Like, that's something that may never happen again. To be a part of that, to achieve that, that's probably going to help continue to drive those goals and those motivations, so that you're not going into this like, oh, we've done it all before, we don't really need to do it again, let's just focus on APAC. But, like, in reality, once you get to those playoffs, obviously I think the regular season, it'll be kind of like going through the motions a little bit, but once you get to that playoff position, it's like, geez, we can actually do something here. Like, and obviously the main goal is going to be APAC South as well. So really, as a team, I guess striking the balance going into stage 3, that's going to be the testing point for you guys.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. 100%.
Keeping goals on, you're keeping your mind and your goals on APAC South, but you got some big ones in OCN as well. Like that's testing.
I think you're getting
You
really
should just
good.
quit casting and become a coach, honestly. What are you doing here?
Definitely.
Your talents are wasted.
Hit my heart there. Yeah. I was touched by it. I was very touched.
I feel like what you're demonstrating, especially like in the OCN playoffs, is, I guess, a good sign for when it comes to those high impact games in other leagues, like APAC South, or if you end up, going to an event and you have to play like, a single elim like BO3 or a BO5, like you chomp through those in OCN. So like you're not intimidated by those like more bigger formats. It's not like you're a team which is flourishing in BO1s but struggling in these other formats. So you're getting a very well-rounded experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like we can good understanding of both. I think ultimately, to dive a little bit deeper, comes down to prep and how you prep for the different formats. It's something you definitely, as a team, need to combat, is understanding how to prep for your different formats. But yeah, no, I agree, Dev, there.
Speaking of which, dude, I actually want to hear that. You're talking about prep heading into something. Grand finals, best of 5 against Bliss. Like, surely you guys, with the prep that you've done, would have been feeling so damn confident heading into an opportunity where you can still make 2 mistakes and bring it back. Like, that would have had to have felt good going into a best of 5.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, the best of 5 is reassurance, but as a team, like, I'm not throwing any shade at Blitz, but as a team, like, we're just confident that we're better than them. So, no, it's not even like, oh, thank God we're in a BF5 now, we can beat them. It's, we're just a better team than them, so we'll beat them anyways.
So when you go in with that mindset, and then they literally just whack you on Cafe 7-2, what does anything change in that regard? Do you think, hang on a second, or is it just sort of like, it's only one map, let's move on to the next one?
Literally, it was just like, all right, whatever, that happened. We'll just go and smack them on the next.
Oh God, Xenox, you don't miss a beat, do you, mate?
We've got it on the screen here now. 7-2. This was obviously a really good game from Team Bliss. No surprise to see 2 of those names at the top for them. Repix, Jigsaw especially. It's like the dynamic duo. They're a really good team though, and obviously Dgtl, you'll have your competitors' respect for them, I think, really, for the season that they've had, not only in stage 2, but also stage 1 as well, right? Like, yeah, they capitulated a bit in the playoffs, but ultimately, this is a team that I think going into stage 3 is going to improve even more so. They've got this grand final experience now, this best of 3, best of 5 sort of format. Do you see them as a team just getting better exponentially?
Yeah, I feel like if they focus on themselves, consistency, and broadening their I guess their what should I say, like their strategy, I want to say. I think that's just a broad statement though. I think Milo touched on it, like, and even just like our team, they don't really, I don't know, they play the same way for a lot of their sites and a lot of their maps. For example, they hardly bring shotgun operators on defense, and I feel like if they just start fixing up their composition a little bit more, and broadening the amount of holds and attacks they can do, then yeah, I feel like they'll be good.
Is that why you guys were banning a Rooney, by the way? Was it you guys banning it? Yeah, it was. Every match you banned a Rooney. Give us the dates on that.
Credits to Morgan at Soul Fisher guy. But yeah, they always bring a Rooney. They punch their rotates. So yeah, I guess it just sort of puts a little hole in their lineup, and yeah, so it's like, I mean, we bring a Rooney as well, but we had like 1-to-1s and replacements for that operator. So
you got Fisher guy. You got the best shotgun player in the region, mate.
Exactly.
I don't think he can use any gun other than the SMG-11, honestly.
So. He definitely can. He's just forced to use the SMG. Yeah. No, but I feel like even that with that, like the Rooney hole ban was just like, yeah, right, we'll just ban that and hope it does well. And we sort of realized, yeah, that actually did sort of it was a good ban. Yeah.
Speaking of, shotguns and vert play and stuff like that, you're a vert player yourself, Digital. What's it like coming up against players like Repix and Jigsaw on the other side of things?
It's no different, Manny.
Yeah.
It's just no different.
Absolute
Don't lie to
bloke
us,
gamer
Deej.
you are.
Don't lie to us, mate.
Oh,
Come
you've
on.
been so diplomatic. Come on, mate. You can let loose a little bit. This is the reload.
They suck, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It helps when my teammates are shooting them horizontally and then I'm shooting them vertically. It helps. So yeah.
That's actually a pro tip though that gets totally unnoticed. Like people never talk about that. But yeah, like I mean, you as a vert player, it's not just about what you're doing. It's about how that kind of fits into what everyone else is doing, right?
1000%. It's as a vert player, it's like so many people will get stuck like into like creating vert above a player and then shooting him through. But I mean, you should focus on getting all your vert done. Get it all done, and then sort of tend to the positions where they are. You don't want to like sledge a hole and then look at it straight away, because then the person's going to be below is going to be looking up at it. So make all your holes, get someone to drone the site, and tend to the holes later.
Can you teach me about using grenades? Because I've noticed you're quite, I've seen a couple of maneuvers with those.
I mean, credit to like Fisher go. I never used to use my nades, and I remember him joining a team. He's like, we need to get good. Or he was talking to me. He's like, you need to get good.
You need to get good.
That's
what it does every time we play ranked.
At these vertical nades, and so I just like practiced him, and I kid you not, I was like, oh my god, why did I not do this? Like, I'm getting so many kills from it. It's crazy. Yeah.
Is Fisho the kind of guy that says you need to improve by saying we all need to get better at something, but everyone knows exactly who he's talking to? Is that the kind of person Fisho is?
Maybe. I don't really notice it, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I haven't noticed that.
He is such an enigma. I'm gonna say, like, we did a Chiefs team interview. You know how we're doing those MVP interviews? We did one during the week. Didge was there. The whole team was there. I think Fisho said one thing, and it was just full deadpan sarcasm. But then when I asked him if it was sarcasm, he said it wasn't sarcasm. He's just like what? I don't know how to communicate with that man.
He was being serious.
Oh yeah. Good.
No, he's a funny guy. His humor is definitely a lot of sarcasm and irony. So I don't know. I personally find his humor hilarious.
I want to bring us back on track here. Of course, this is the second map, Clubhouse. Best player in the region went nuts, 17 and 5 +2 entry, 3 multi-kills. What's it like playing with Worthy? Because I mean, he's now the back-to-back stage MVP, clearly the best player in the region. To have a player of his caliber on the roster, why are you even snickering? It's like literally not even a. It's just
best player in the world. Best player in the world.
Best player in the region.
Well, best player in the world. Best player in the world.
I mean, Speakeasy pretty good from the APAC region alone. So look, but no, back to this serious point. What's it like playing with him?
He's great. He's to see his improvement is insane, and it's almost seamless for him. The game, and I don't want to I don't know. It's good. It definitely helps having one of the best players to be on your team. It's good because I mean you can learn off him, and I don't know. It helps you as a player improve individually as well. So yeah, it's good.
I've got another one on top of that. Like Clubhouse, which is the map we're talking about here. Everyone talks about it as being such a a methodical map. All this hard breach needs to get done. You chuck the best player in the region and an insane gunner on your hard breach operator. What's the go there?
Well, Clubhouse isn't that sort of map. I feel like it's Clubhouse. You can chuck your best player in thermite. You open up the wall and then you just you're a turret. So it's not really, you're not really a support player on Clubhouse when you're a hard breacher, apart from Morgan. But Worthy as ace, I mean, it's not really a support because
he's got the best gun.
He'll chuck. That gun is nuts. But no, yeah, you chuck your util down and you're a turret. So I don't know. It's that to answer your question. Yeah, it's not really. If you're his role on Clubhouse, and I'm sure he'll say the same, is isn't just sort of droning in and doing it. It's it's the same as everyone else. I feel like we were literally talking about this today. I feel like the roles of entry, support, flex are slowly fading away because it's now just becoming map dependent, site dependent, and it literally changes. So like you might have one sole entry roamer. You don't even have a roamers, man. Like one sentry, one entry, and one first line of defense is what I'll say. And then maybe one like support. But the three in the middle are just like flex, and even saying the fifth and first roles are like they're flex. So no, his role on Clubhouse is shoot people, open up walls and shoot people, and he does it extremely well.
The lines have always been blurred, I feel like, in Rainbow Six when it comes to those sort of roles. I mean, from the very competitive players, they're maybe not as blurred, but I think to maybe your average player or average viewer, it's a little bit harder to understand that certain players are playing certain operators and, you know, in having their certain roles. But because it's not like, say, a standard, I don't know, shooter like Overwatch or something, right? With like healers
I knew you were going to bring that
tank
shit, mate.
and a DPS. Well, in fairness, that's a way to sort of look at something where you've got those, you know, dedicated roles that are very easy to distinguish, but in Siege that's not quite the case. And I feel like at the end of the day, you just need to be able to frag out whether you're a roamer, whether you're support, whether you're, you know, entry. I feel like, as Dgtl's saying, is that all of it gets kind of blurred in, and you're going to have someone like Worthy pop off whether he's on a hard support operator or not.
Yeah, I agree. I still think a lot of it is strategy, and I think that's where a lot of younger teams fail. I think there's still, you know, strategic depth in the game, but obviously if you're shooting people, it helps.
It's about like knowing where to go and what to play. Like it's not just about you know, it's not simple as like people don't fit into boxes. It's not like you're a support, so you only drone, you know, and you're an entry, so you only frag.
When we talk about roles, I think it's more like your responsibilities, and I feel like you can go any operator as long as you uphold your responsibility in game. Then
But as a team, do you hold expectations? Technically, right? Like, and the topic has been in the past, Fisher guy, and I'm happy to bring this up again because I brought it up originally, that when we looked at the APAC South numbers in terms of support players, he was on the lower end when it came to getting kills. But obviously, that's not his primary role, right? Like that. Would you agree? That's obviously there's no expectations on Fisher to go out and get, you know, a 20 bomb.
100%. If he's, you know, Fisher's not the first. He's not entering the map and not the one getting droned in. So why would I expect him to get all the kills? I mean, I'm pretty sure he had like the most plants. And his role is not getting kills. It's, you know, sort of calling the pushes and droning others in and enabling other players. And that's exactly what he does. And he does it well. So 100%.
Gamer.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like your role, Manic, because you're bad at the game. So,
well,
So you're saying, hey, are you saying
Not that
Fisher
Fisher's
goes bad at the
bad,
game? Are you saying that he's bad at the game? Come on, mate. Jeez, Louise,
what I
you
was
can't
implying.
just do
It's not
that.
what I was implying.
Well, that's exactly what it sounded like, and that, you know what? In this world, that's all it goes. Dgtl heard it as well, didn't you, mate? You know.
I caught it. That's right, mate.
Yeah. Don't worry. You
I
just
think-
burn in your bridges with the players, guys. No stress.
I think we need to put this to the test and see what our casters are actually made of. Now, Dgtl, have you ever thought about casting?
Absolutely. I've definitely thought about it. I like, as a joke, like the boys and I will sit and watch games and cast. I don't know.
So you just mute us and then just.
That was happening before he started casting, mate. It's always been on mute.
So, what do you think about giving it a crack right now? We've got some clips of our greatest moments from ranked and casual.
Oh no.
Reckon you could give it a crack?
Yeah. I promise I'll produce nothing that is, you know, worthy, but we'll see.
So
Can't be any worse than Xenox.
All right, before we dig into it, do we want to maybe give some of our best, greatest tips from obviously, you know, the best
give me some
Rainbow
tips.
Six casters and O's? Who wants to go first?
Can't take it seriously, Dev.
Give
Well,
me tips,
first-
guys.
The
Please.
first tip I would say is to not do a manic, and obviously make sure you stay in the moment. Don't get distracted.
Oh, here we go.
You know, you obviously want to pay attention to a lot of the details, but you don't need to touch everything digital, right? You want to make sure you're focusing in on what you're talking about. Don't try and touch on everything, all right?
Okay.
And I would also say you don't want to do what Xenox does and tunnel in on just one thing that's happening. You know, you don't just want to miss everything that's happening. You got to be really careful when you got someone like Xenox who let's be honest, he's a bit there. You know what I mean? He's not here and he's not here. He's somewhere along there.
Not much between the years. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, there's just something that's not going on quite right, Digital. So just my hottest tip is just don't be Xenox and you'll be fine.
Look, mate, who are you going to listen to? The SI caster or Manic?
Well, to diffuse that, guys, best tips.
Xenox only casted SI because of his partner. We all know that. So, look, I'll just say have some fun, Dig, and yeah, all the best. Don't be too good though, because I do want to keep my job. So, thanks.
Yeah, that's my tip as well. Just feel the energy, bro, and go with it. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's dig into it. Just take it away.
Yellow and white.
Nice.
That's white
One
dead.
above.
Yellow.
Seeing here as the Valkyrie
Valkyrie
back
back.
white playing here in a 1v2 situation as he slowly creeps to the kit. Post plant, this is going to be hard for the defender. Let's see what he can produce.
Sound cool yellow.
Trying to figure out where
Close.
these attackers are as he runs around the site. Chosen the yellow stairs route.
Nice.
Last one
One
above.
v
Looking to
one.
maybe
Yellow.
retake
Up,
vertical.
up, you need
Does
to
get
go
one.
Yep.
Moves back towards the kit. Neither, actually.
Do I have to?
Rather, moving
Yes,
back
yes, you need
upstairs.
to go. Yes, move quick.
Trying to find
Yes,
where the
go, go,
site
go,
is.
go,
Running
go,
low
go,
on
go,
time.
go.
Actually,
We
does
got it.
manage to kill the
Got
guy
it. GG.
and moves
Well
closer to
played.
fit. Wait, does he have enough
Well
time though?
played,
He should.
Holy shit. Where's the shadow
And
boy
the
at?
clutch
What a gangster.
does give them the win. 4-1.
Stuff, Digital.
Congratulations.
Got the next clip up and running, dude. This is a Gus one. Go for it.
1v4 situation. Does manage to get 2 players. 1v3. Bomb's not down though. He does have a 35 seconds. Does get another one. Don't know who he killed. 1v2. Sitting in private, does decide to drone and look for intel. Notices one on yellow stairs.
Nice. Last one. Last in control.
I can't see what he's doing. 1v1 situation, does manage to kill him. Jaeger left, does decide to smoke up site. Seeing what he can produce. 15 seconds. Really sort of searching for this Jaeger. Moves to top yellow.
There he goes, please.
10 seconds, time's running out.
In bunks.
Finds where the last one is. Plant's going down.
Nice.
Does manage to get the kill. Pushes him to 3-1.
I'm loving
Well
it,
done,
Digital.
guys. That was a 1v5, that was good.
It was. Here's a Rob clip. See what you got this one.
Manic 2 play. With that Thermodiana 2. 1v2, come on, Rob. Workshop 1v2. 40 seconds left. What can Manic do here? Vertical has been made. Searching for where the last player is.
Drop hatch.
30 seconds left. Time on his side. Does manage to get one. 1v1 now.
Yeah.
20 seconds left.
Stops
him.
Cross so
I
good.
refuse to believe that's real.
Probably mute this.
Alright.
It gets a little hairy. there.
Here's a good one. Here's one of my greatest moments, Digital.
Yeah, pushing it to side. 1 kill. 2v2 situation. Throws the nade. Throws 2 nades. Third and dead. 2v1.
I learned that from you, Digital. All right, here's the best one. This is the creme of the crop. See what you got.
Oh no. 3v3 situation. Looks like the attackers are doing something. 3v2 now. Digital and Worthy left up top. Let's see what they can produce. Digital gets 1. What player gets another? 1v2. Todd all. It's all up to Todd now. Sitting in bar right now. Goes for the plant. 1v2 situation with 15 seconds left. Let's see what he can do.
Come on, Todd.
Faces lobby side. Digital does get the kill. 1v3. No, what am I saying? 1v3. Oh my god. Listen, 1v3.
This Digital guy's pretty good. It's pretty good. Can we get a bit of a round of applause there for Digital?
Fucking hell, I'm to lose my job here.
Plenty of room for improvement.
We threw you straight into the deep end, mate. That was like chucking the 4 of us trying to, get to the building on Consulate playing against Bliss. So absolutely, well done. You did better than we would have done trying to do your job. So, massive applause there, Dig. How'd you feel like that went?
I feel like there was plenty of room. I feel like I just trip over my words too much.
It's hard.
No, definitely. That's where, I feel like players can sit back and say, casting's easy. Just talk about the game, but it is hard. So, yeah, no, I got a lot of respect for the boys.
You know what, mate? You build suspense quite nicely. A lot better than Xenox does. There's a nice little bit of. There's a little. Oh, what's he doing here? Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, he fucking gets the kill. Oh, I don't mind it, Digital. I don't mind it, honestly, mate. I'm a little bit worried for Xenox here. He could be on the road. I'll be honest. Yeah.
So 1%ers. Look, if I when I hang up the boots, I'll put a timer to casting and I'll be coming for one of your jobs. That's for sure.
It's fine
I'll
by
welcome
me.
you with open arms.
I think
Welcome you with open arms, mate.
with the moves I got with the nades, that's fine. I'll just go into playing. I'm sure that there'll be a spot for me on Chiefs with nade skills like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely entering side, I wouldn't just start nading anything. I just sort of aim at my scope and be prepared. But it's your own, Dev.
I didn't ask.
There's nothing,
but okay.
nothing wrong with nading yourself, even if you're a professional player. So
Yeah, I've done that sometimes.
Really?
Definitely.
I don't think we have that clip later, do we?
If you've got the clip, I'm happy to dive deeper into that. That was
I was this
BS,
close. I was this close to getting it, but I decided to let you off this time. Look,
yeah,
can we get ratings out of 10? Xenox, what did you reckon?
Honestly, like a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah, definitely room to improve. Obviously, I'm not gonna, give him a 10 or anything, but 7 out of 10. I remember my first cast, and it was much worse than that. And he's probably doing it off this program that we're on. Am I allowed to say the name of the program we're on? I don't even know anymore.
You're viewing it through Discord, so yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Not bad.
Look, I'll say that you were much better than Guz's first cast. So you're
Can we watch that? Can we watch that?
Yeah, we will one day. You're already 3/4 of the way to a fucking SI, mate. Don't you worry. If I say the F word one more time, I think I'm going to be kicked off this broadcast. So I'm going to shut
You'll
up.
never be doing it.
Sure, Raven's in chat now, so you gotta be careful, Rob.
Yeah, digital, respectable. 8 out of 10. We could get you on the desk if you don't make playoffs for stage 3. I reckon there's definitely a spot for you.
That's not happening. So
Probably not, but the option is definitely.
Desk. Of course, you're making playoffs.
that's what I mean.
I'm not going to give you a number, Braid, but definitely somewhere between Xenox and Guz. So that's a good spot to be. Good spot to be in there.
It's a pretty prestigious rating.
Alright, boys. That was a lot of fun. That's something we got to do more often. I love that. I love throwing players under the bus and seeing what they can come up with.
And me.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying, dude. That's nothing new to me. But
Any chance we can.
we're going to do our first giveaway draw, guys. So make sure that you chat Dgtl in the chat if you are interested in entering the giveaway. We've got 1,200 R6 credits in one beautiful pack. We have 3 of those packs. We're just going to draw the first one now. You have to be that. You guys are just misleading everyone in chat right now, and I am not for it. All right, that is not how you spell it. Dgtl. Thank you, Xenox. Yeah, but you have to be here. I'm going to draw it in like a second. You'll have 1 minute to reply. If you don't reply in that 1 minute, I'm just going to have to do it again.
We haven't seen White Wolf in chat this entire time, nor Uncooked Toaster, and out of nowhere, the rats come out from underneath their hidey holes. We see all of you, President as well. Disappointed, gentlemen. Disappointed.
I'm just going to run it now.
Don't say that to our viewers, mate. They're going to go away.
The content doesn't make them.
White Wolf, I'm pretty sure you spelt it wrong, but I kind of don't feel sorry for you because I think you've won about 3 of these already. So I'm just gonna roll it. All right, we roll it. It's oh my god! How is it that Nick wins? This is rigged.
No, you know what? He's been the most active in chat. I've seen 4 messages, so that's gotta be his.
It's gonna be a credit.
I'm not gonna re-roll that
Twitter
one. Usually,
30 seconds.
usually I would re-roll that, but I swear this isn't rigged.
Wait, who won it?
Nick did. Your boss.
Your boss, mate.
Oh, no way. No way.
There you go, Nick. Look, mate, if you could get in the whispers for Rainbow Six ANZ and tell me what platform you play on, then I'll send you a code. But if you guys didn't win, that's okay. We've got 2 more codes, so just stick around the rest of the night and we'll be pulling them out of the hat for you. But if you type DGTL in chat,
I said re-roll it.
All right. Look, you said it. It's
He's the
Vladdy
boss.
Daddy R6. There you go.
Fair enough.
Vlad the lad.
Vlad the lad, yeah.
All right, Vlad, you got to say something in chat. Otherwise, I'm going to have to re-roll again, I'm afraid.
Vlad. Congratulations, Vlad.
I think I've been playing ranked with Vlad since 2018.
Yeah, Vlad's an OG. Vlad is an OG.
He is. But if he's not here, then he's not here. I'm not going to say.
You just had to have been playing Siege since 2018 to make OG status. Sheesh! Looks like I'm in the OG, boys.
Where the 2015 homies at?
Would make me OG as well.
Believe it or not, you've been playing the game for longer than I have, guys. I didn't play it launch.
I played it. I played it since day 1. It was beta, actually.
Did you? When did you start? You said you started playing it when you were in high school, right?
Yeah, no, I played beta so on PlayStation. I will admit I did stop for a bit, and then sort of came back in Skull Rain. Started playing it like solo queuing and just, I guess, taking it more seriously. But I was just putting a little bit more time into it. And then I moved to PC in like 2018, I think. I can't remember the date. Yeah.
Absolute Chad.
Well, I had to re-roll the giveaway, guys, so Smacker has now won it. But Smacker, you've only got 60 seconds. It's all I gave Vlad. So can someone who's actually here in chat win it, please, so we can move on and keep talking about the next segment? Because, you know.
I do have to ask while you're re-rolling for the third time, since I think Guz and Digital have both played it first on console, which is harder to play for your average player, console or PC? I'm not talking pro level. I'm just saying, like, you're the average player. You just play some games.
It depends what you mean by harder. I feel like to play at a really good mechanical level, console's genuinely pretty underrated. Like actually playing this game on a controller with the amount of recoil and stuff and the lean mechanics is actually really, really challenging.
I tried it and I can't do it.
The first thing you notice when you come to PC is it's so much more punishing. Like if you miss a shot by half a second, like you're dead. Console, you can get away with it because people's aim generally isn't as good. But on PC, like you have to be on point.
No, 100%. My mates have gotten Siege recently on PlayStation, and I've been playing with them. And I am so bad on controller; it is ridiculous. I'm like trying to outplay these guys, and like even like shooting them in the back, I'm still whiffing. So yeah, no, I do have respect for the controller, but I don't even know how we were remotely accurate when I used to play on controller. But
yeah, it's been a long time.
I don't even know how to answer your question. I feel like they're both.
No, I think,
and it depends on the player as well.
Really and consoles like 60. I don't know about the current gen, but I know like Xbox One, PS4 is like 60 FPS, and you're like locked to like 60 FPS.
What's wrong with that, mate? What's wrong with that? That's what I play on.
Compared to PC, it's a lot harder to play. Trust me, you can feel it.
By the way, maybe we should say Nuttery's name because he was 100% here
Nuttery,
like
mate.
2 seconds ago.
To summarize,
I think it again, Nuttery, and you have 10
harder
seconds.
to play.
He's in. All right, Nuttery. Get in my whispers. Rainbow 6ANZ. Tell me what platform you'd like it for, please and thank you. But
sorry to interrupt you, Xenox. And your
no, that's fine. I just wanted to finish off one little segment here. Harder to play on console, but PC more unforgiving because obviously people can aim. So it's a bit of both worlds, I guess.
Well, I guess it's like it's harder to play for you on console, but it's also harder to play for everyone else. So everyone else is slightly worse, which means that you're punished less, right? It's exactly that.
It's just not black and white. Anyone that says console's harder or PC's harder is just got ego.
The difference.
I think that there is an argument, and I've not played Siege on console, but from what I've heard speaking to a lot of people, there's an argument that it's a different game because like on PC,
the meta's completely
more util heavy, right?
Well, yeah, like you can't rely. Well, I guess
like Siege 2020 on PC.
The biggest thing is pacing difference. Like on PC, you can play way more aggressive, a lot faster because you have the maneuverability. Like you can, it comes down like the simple mechanics. You can 360 and a microsecond on PC with a flick, whereas on console you just can't.
So I guess like holding an angle on console would be more powerful because it's harder to swing. Whereas if you're holding an angle, your crosshair placement's already there, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Been a while, so I can't really remember. We'll go with that. Sounds good in theory.
Speaking from the guy who hasn't played console since Xbox 360, it's been a hot minute. I had a good time though. Look, all right, I've got. I think this is one of Rob's segments. So we got the Mannix Moan coming up.
No, you didn't say it right.
All right, Rob, this is your segment. Intro it how you will.
Listen, it's Mannix Guzz's moan of the week, but I actually think I can't remember it correctly. But I actually believe that this is Mannix Guzz's Xenox moan of the week. So let's play the clip when you're ready, mate.
There's a reason why I'm in charge of the marketing and you're in charge of just sitting there and talking. All right, let's go watch this clip.
Still a very boonable position here for Hotshot, who has a nitrous cell in hand. We know how good the SMG can be, but there's a player pushing him from behind. He finds that pick on a juice. He swings and finds the second onto Sage. What a clutch there for Ruffle. Oh, what a play.
Even a bit of a Guz growl there on the Ruffle too.
Ooh,
position here
bit of a Guz growl. A Guz growl and a Xenox moan. It's a two-spec. I mean, honestly, if I heard that next door, I'd probably be calling the cops because there's something not right there. There's something not right there. But let's talk about this from Hotshot. What a disgusting play. That was absolutely disgusting. Like Guz, you actually, I'll say this, you did this credit considering you're the...
I don't do a lot of play-by-play these days. I'm pretty good at throwing it to Xenox, so yeah. Don't mind a bit of time in the limelight, you know.
He's just too good. He's too sharp. Digital, is that enough information that's been given across? Is it? Do you reckon that's all in the info for him?
I'm questioning the attackers there. They might not have known he was square, but if I'm juicy there, I'll just go to blue bar while the kitchen guy holds him. But they probably didn't know he was there.
Bit of a gamer.
Yeah.
Bit of a gamer.
So negative. He's already going to be a good caster. I know it.
So here's one. Hotshot used to be your teammate. It's been a while, but now he's playing for Rufflecopter. Do you think he brings something that they wouldn't have? Being mostly a younger team, but he has that extra level of experience with you guys.
I mean, yeah, we picked up Hotshot relatively with very little experience, and I like to think we taught him some things. He's an awesome player. He's it suits more of the IGL role. He's a pretty good leader in game, so I feel like that's what Ruffle needed. OJ sort of took a step back from that role. Still probably would help, but no, he's a good player, and obviously from this clip, such a clean 1v2 textbook from him.
Cool. I think the next segment's actually yours again, Rob.
Yeah, it is. It is. Are you ready with the clip?
I'm ready. Whenever you're ready. We're going full screen for this one. We're going all in.
Yeah, we're going all out. I'll give the intro as well. You let me know. Are you ready for it?
Do the intro, and I'll click when you say go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought his moan was unbelievable, if you thought that his beard was a bit scratchy and his hair needs a bloody cut, I tell you what, look no further than the 8th wonder of the world. It's Xenox's shit show.
What, Hayward?
I wasn't sure if he was talking about me or Guz.
I've muted you guys so they can actually hear the clip.
Maybe. Good shit. Good shot. We get one. we get one. What, Hayward? What is going on? Am I watching Robert Monday or something? Maybe.
Listen.
Good shot.
I don't know how you got away with that one, mate.
We get one.
So,
To put it into context,
What, Hayward?
Manic was in my ear at that moment. I said good shit.
Am I watching Robert Monday or something?
I can't remember what did you say, Rob.
I can't even remember, mate.
Probably not stream friendly.
I made the comment, as you could hear it there. I said, "Oh, this is Robert Monday." He made a comment back, and I just
You capitulated, as you said. You capitulated.
It was a tantalizing mishap.
And you know what? I'll be completely fair. My introduction could have been for Xenox or Guz because they were both appropriate.
I was so confused for a minute.
As you can see, Dig, we take our jobs very seriously.
I was gonna ask, so when you guys are casting, can the guys not casting talk to you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're like in a TeamSpeak server together, so anyone can just jump in and unmute their mic, but it's common courtesy not to talk to the people who are casting.
Okay.
But sometimes we just throw common courtesy out the window.
Yeah, like leading up to an intro for a show. I tell you what, Digital, you did not want to be in the comms when we were about to go live for the very first time. It is I think it's one of the most atrocious things I've ever heard.
If they ever leak those, like the caster comms,
I'm out of a job
before we go live.
Out of a job straight away.
I'm probably the only one who would keep his job.
I will be straight on the phone to Manic to become a goalkeeper coach. I'll be changing professions.
I think you'd be better off as a bus driver, honestly.
You should unmute them 10 seconds before without telling them.
Oh no, it would not end well. It would not end well. I promise you right now. It'd be all over Red Rover. But yeah,
never do us dirty like that.
There's my 2 segments of the week, gents.
Nice.
Good stuff from
Why'd you get 2?
Because I'm good. I mean, Xenox, if you want to,
Well, I don't. It's not even on the side topic. It doesn't even technically count.
It's a secret one. I wanted to surprise you. All right. I wanted to.
There should be 2 of those every week. That's a good segment. I like that.
Yeah.
Passing fails.
What was it called again, Manny?
It was the Xenox shit show of the week. That's the Xenox.
Good shit with Xenox.
Good shit.
All right. Look, to reel it in for a second, we do have at least one of you who likes to take his job a little bit seriously, at least sometimes. So, Guz, what have you got for us this week?
Yeah, well, obviously earlier in the show, Dgtl was talking a little bit there about the importance of being a vertical player, which of course is his role, and a lot of that comes down to not necessarily finding kills, but setting up for plays and getting those kills later on. So in the following clip, we're going to see the Chiefs themselves pulling off a really nice execute on reading library over towards Cafe. So we'll roll a clip and talk about it after.
Really like this call from Knights. They didn't need to take any of those fights on the 3rd floor. They've fallen back, but now they need to be worried about that vertical control and what they've got to. Waffar Picnic just given a warning shot here, Dev. 15 seconds left. The round's starting to spiral a little bit here. What do the Chiefs have? Oh, Fisho guy. He's not being touched by the smoke. That's unbelievable because Dgtl and Vast have just gone nuclear. And it's all over. It's Hayward left.
Some good casting.
This is going to be
thanks,
a
mate. Appreciate that.
4-2 half to the Chiefs.
Some would say it's a good shit. I mean, shot.
Really like this call.
You guys know you're unmuted for all that.
Yeah, 100%.
I just say, oh, you guys are unmuted, and then they just start going.
Well, maybe
your
I
segment.
could have gone for the
You can't even keep them quiet when it's not even their second. I mean, these guys are just absolutely piece of work. But no, again, as you can see, I mean, obviously very difficult to read the play from an observer's point of view because of the way the verticality works from bird's eye view, etc. But what we did see there from the Chiefs, really good setup. And the Knights, to their credit, they did a great job in falling off. And sometimes when it's a 5 versus 5, you'd actually give the defenders the edge in that scenario because they've fallen off, haven't lost anyone. But the way that the Chiefs, again, played off that verticality and didn't allow the Knights to get anywhere near the site itself, they just completely locked them out in towards that red corridor. And every time someone tried to enter and deny the plant, they just got railed. So, yeah, really well played there by the Chiefs. And I think, yeah, just a good display of their teamwork, which was pretty consistent throughout the playoffs.
I feel like
that is just great analysis, guys. Honestly, that's...
Thanks. Thank
Can't wait to see what happens when we get more budget and you got a Telestrator. That's just...
Oh, mate, if we get a Telestrator, you just know I'm going to be all over that bad boy. I might marry the Telestrator.
Yeah,
honestly.
and as you can see, there's a shot that comes from here, and they do this thing over here. And yeah, overall, it was a really good play from the Chiefs. Come on, mate. You got to give a bit more.
Little rewind, 0.5 speed, and now go.
Oh, I love a Telestrator.
Sorry, Dave, for a lot for me. I don't have 0.5 speed here.
But Telestrator for next year. Can we get that in the budget?
Yeah,
What's a
it's easy. We have the budget. We just, you guys are okay.
It's like the big screen where you can like touch it and like put on annotations. And,
oh, right.
No, we'll see the budget went to getting us off Homecast this year, guys. So sorry, mate. We can't get it this year.
I thought the budget went to getting Dgtl on here.
I'm thinking I'll just get rid of all you guys in Dgtl.
We can obviously just we can change that.
I charge a lot an hour. I charge a lot.
now Dgtl. His analysis here. You know, you are being the only professional player here, have the most valid opinion. Is he talking out his ass? What's going on?
No, it's right. When I was doing this vert, I remember this round, they had the holes for C4s. So instead of just watching the rotate, I did the vert above the laundry to watch them enter. So yeah, really was. I mean, you can see there. I think it's Vast. Yeah, you can get an angle from outside that door and look into the hallway. So he was covering that section, and my role there was to cover the laundry section. So yeah, just sort of pretty simple round. I feel like they gave us the control, and after that, it's just a matter of sort of holding what we need to hold and then going for the plant. And then they just sort of walked into my line of sight. So yeah, nothing really special there. It was just a bunch of idiots walking into my line of sight.
You are primed to be a bloody caster, mate. I'm telling you. But like, you say that they just gave you control, but I mean, wouldn't you say that you took the control here?
Oh, 100%. But I think this no, you're right there. Yeah, no, they probably did contest us a little bit. It's a 5v5 though, and I like to think you can play it a bit differently. I mean, they probably played they probably fell back and then play for retakes, which is not a bad way to play that side at all. So, but they weren't. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
And also, I actually just realised then there's smoke. Like Sage just missed the placement of that smoke there. Yeah. I mean, what happens there, Dgtl? What happens when that smoke starts connecting and Fisher has to get off? You've got 12 seconds left. What's the next protocol?
Well, I can do vert above that hallway, so it's not. I don't.
So it's your
unless
fault.
he had. Wait, unless he had. Wait, I don't even know. Wait, where was? Is he in fireplace?
He's in the hallway.
Which one is he? Is this him?
He's on the left. He's the furthest left hologram.
If they've got some angle in fireplace, they might. If they've got some angle in fireplace, then that's actually kind of good. But if he's just doing it from the hallway, Again, probably still hard to read, but
Yeah.
He was in.
I mean, it's-
he was actually in fireplace. You can see those kind of holes. Unfortunately, I don't actually have anything I can draw with, but you can kind of see those little holes, right?
Are the smokes even connecting? Because I feel like that's a
No,
hard
that's
angle.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like they weren't connected. But what's the protocol if they are? Because like that's the hard deny there with 12 seconds left, right?
It's just push deep then. It'd definitely be push deep or
Send it.
and yeah, send it. Go for kills. If we can't get a bomb down. But I have a feeling that smoke, even if Morgan goes into like the northwest corner of that bomb site, I feel like he'd still be able to get the plant down. But to answer your question, yeah, go deep. If he's, he'll probably yell, "I'm getting smoked. We need to go for kills," and we're all just sort of drop and simultaneously.
I'm pretty sure that happened on one of the coastline games in the playoffs. I just can't remember which one it was.
It tends
Thanks
to
for
happen.
that
It
input.
tends to happen pretty often. Sometimes you just can't get the plant down, so you go deep. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a 1 in a bazillion thing, Jake. I mean, I don't know how many games.
Well, I mean, it
casted,
doesn't.
but-
You're making it sound like it happens every 2 rounds, Gus. All right, so we've got to draw a fine line here. It doesn't happen that often, but it's not like it's never happened before.
Sound like an old
Here's the other
married
part of
couple.
being a caster.
Again,
Yeah,
that's
here's
a
the
really
other part
good
of being a
comment
caster,
once
mate.
again. Jesus.
Digital, you just got to fight with your co-caster. That's the other side of being a commentator. It's kind of your right to shut the other person up, especially when one, for example, is a color caster and knows quite a deep. He's got a deep knowledge about the game, and the other one is just someone that rocked up last year and decided to grab a mic and start talking into it.
This is why I like casting with you, Rob. You know your place is the play-by-play.
Oh, I know my
Thank
place,
you.
man.
Oh my
I shut
God,
up.
finally.
I shut up. I absolutely shut up. There's no chance.
No, hang on a second. Hang on a second.
Here we go.
I reckon Mannix actually had some very good analytical moments over the last few months.
Yeah, but that's the difference. His points are good when he dips the toe into the water. For you,
But you
it's
got to
just
remember,
shit.
he's like what 6 to 12 months in front of me. All right, give me some time.
Oh, it's probably a bit more
I'll
than
be
that. Probably
there.
like 18 months, but
Look, Xenox,
End
I'm
of
going to give
stage
you...
3.
You want the limelight? I'll give it to you. You've got your segment. What have we got for this week?
All right, Xenox's chop. Now, as you guys know, usually over the last couple of weeks, I've gone a little soft on Xenox's chop, right? We've gone away from players, we've gone on to teams, but I felt like in the playoffs, a lot of the teams did well. Congratulations. None better than the Chiefs, obviously. So we're going back to a player. We're going to roll the clip.
Going to pitch him in as well. This is going to be an easy kill. Digital's going to be careful that he doesn't lose the 1v1 because Fisher Guy hadn't pushed in yet, but he wins it. Digital's having a pretty good day so far, Gus, and not just this match, but even the Knights game as well. Oh,
Oh no.
no, never mind. Never mind.
You were saying?
I said was. Keyword is was.
All right,
Pitch him
Xenox.
in as well. This
All
is going
right,
to be an easy
listen.
kill.
So the chop here is not so much Digital killing himself; it's the fact that he's done it right after I've given him high praise. He's made me look a fool immediately after I said, "Oh, Digital's been going pretty well," and he just kills himself. What's the go, Dig?
I can assure you that was not intentional. But I was weak after that gunfight against Jaeger, and I threw the nade through the bloody floor of Arsenal, and I just like run over the vert, and it like just kills me.
Oh, it was actually downstairs, and it killed you.
Yeah, it was a floor below, and it got me.
Can we just? I really want everyone to appreciate the just pure comedic timing of this. So
Couldn't have been better.
I'm gonna roll it back so we can see if we can get the exact moment where it all happened. All right, exact moment. I'm gonna go full blast on the audio. Let's see if we can listen up.
Digital's having a pretty good day so far, Gus, and not just this match, but even the Knights game as well.
Oh no.
No, never mind.
oh no.
Digital's having a pretty good game this one, eh?
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Digital, but this is all Xenox.
I can appreciate that reaction. That was funny.
It was just the timing of it, man. This is why we
It
can't
happens.
give you
It
compliments. This is why we can.
You know what?
You should be chopping yourself, Xenox. Honestly, I don't blame Digital for this. I blame you.
Yeah, look, honestly, White Wolf said it in Twitch chat as well.
Yeah.
It's my fault, cast the curse. Also, Uncle Toaster, what time did you wake up today? Probably a couple of hours ago. Woke up for a cheeky dinner.
You mean breakfast?
They say breakfast in Xenox's land. Oh, goodness me. You know what? The Don. Okay, so Juicy's got the nickname the Don. I reckon Digital's got the nickname the bloody punching bag. You cop so much abuse, Digital, and you take it like an absolute champ, mate. I love you for it.
Yeah, no, I love the shit talk. It stems all the way to my mates in real life. We definitely give it to each other, and I don't know. Yeah, you got to be resilient. You gotta give some. If you're gonna give some, you got to take it. So that's what I look like.
Yeah, you gonna take it?
This is M-rated, not R-rated. Thank you. Need I remind you?
all these things Manic was saying about me, and it doesn't matter anymore.
Can we not talk about our private life on this podcast, please, mate? Come on.
Oh boy.
You know what? It's a great time to cool off after that steamy moment and do another giveaway, guys. So make sure you chuck Dgtl Digital in chat to be eligible for the giveaway. And look, I will kiss you, Rob, if we get it first go.
Nick.
I've seen that couch before, man.
There's one of my mates. Jim Bob Sweet. What? Oh no! Oh my god! I just realized.
I'm really glad that the microphone is in that exact spot. It just covers things up.
Oh,
paint me like one of your French casters.
I'm rolling the giveaway, guys. Better get in there. I'm rolling it.
Jesus.
Condition.
It is. Why is it that it's constantly Chiefs people? It's now Aiden Hiko.
Oh no!
No way, man. This is rigged.
The entourage
100%.
is absolutely here. Look, Aiden.
So Dev, when you're doing this giveaway, can we maybe like see your screen of it just to make sure you haven't just like got rid of everyone and you've just gone straight for the cheese people?
It's here, all right.
It's because I figured it out. It's because he hasn't been given a Chiefs jersey yet. That's why.
I actually do. I have one right in the cupboard. I just didn't wear it today because Gaz was wearing it. I thought
you working for a second one.
It,
Are you working for a second one? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
So, I hear you have other merch. Look,
I hear they've got the Black Panther merch, mate. It looks good on Manic. I'll tell you. You know, I could be a model for you.
Anything that makes you look better is of high value.
Yes, it is. It is, guys, because that's
not
my
much that
job.
can do that. Yeah.
No, a bit of makeup. You know, it'll do the job sometimes, mate.
Look, Aiden, if you would like to claim the giveaway, please let me know and send a whisper to Rainbow6ANZ and state which platform. You re-roll it. All right, there we go.
He doesn't wait for a second.
Oh, I missed this one.
Oh, this is your miss.
No way.
Now she's
got a message. She has to message.
Well, she's asleep because she's got work tomorrow.
Text her right now. If
I
you have
can't.
access to her account,
run to her room, pick up her phone, and
Mate,
message.
in chat.
Nah, it doesn't work like that. Doesn't
you
work
have
like
access
that,
to her
mate.
account. How is she watching?
Run! Hey, you got 45 seconds.
What's happening?
So
It's his missus that won, and his missus isn't watching. She's just got it up on her phone
so
or
she
something.
must have it on her phone while she's asleep or something.
Yeah. What? How does that work?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, she actually has been playing Siege recently.
I was actually gonna do it, and then I saw all the lights off, and she's asleep, and I just don't have the pulse.
So okay, well, I'm afraid I can't make exceptions.
Manic knows how I feel.
I do. I know exactly how you feel, man. It's
I can't
okay.
make exceptions for you or Laura.
what?
I'm sorry.
Hey,
So-
you can't wake up Bubba Xenox. You
How about-
cannot wake up.
How
Bubba.
about I'll give you 1,200 R6 credits as a wedding present? Does that sound better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, is this bribery? Is this an official Ubisoft employee bribing? Hang on. I heard
I
we're
have
doing
re-rolled it
fuck
again,
conversations.
guys. Wilsey Coba. Are you in the chat? If you are, please make your presence be known. You have 1 minute. Look, on the subject of your Mrs. Xenox, I heard she's been playing Siege recently.
Jesus, Dev.
Oh.
Why'd you just
Can't go
assume that
there.
was going to go bad places?
He's actually been grinding a lot. Not even
Siege,
gonna lie.
right.
She would be very, very appreciative to have claimed those credits, Dev, and you've given them away.
Do you hear me, mate?
Of course you've been playing Siege. Why are you laughing?
We just want to clarify grinding Siege, right?
Digital's
That's
the only
all
one
we've
not
been putting
laughing
the time
because
in
he's
for?
obviously
Digital
not
is the
you know,
only one who
stupid as you guys.
believes in professionalism.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we do have Wilsey in the chat. Can you please, Wilsey, my good friend, what I would like you to do is send a Twitch whisper to Rainbow6ANZ and say what platform you would like the code to be for, Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. We do have one more credit code, which we're going to draw at the end of the show, guys. But look, believe it or not, this is actually a show where we talk about OCN. So why don't we reel it back in? Talk a little bit about OCN. So here's a bit of a reflection for what happened so far what happened from the end of the regular stage season, and we've got the playoffs bracket after this. Closing thoughts,
stage,
boys.
not season. Can we just make sure that it's
Didn't matter. Just make sure.
I mean, honestly, the terminology, mate, needs to be on point, or I will have to fire you. So
Thanks I appreciate the warning there, Gus.
that's okay. No problem.
So this is the end of stage results. So pre-playoffs, top 5 went and qualified through playoffs. Look, out of all this, Chiefs consistent top 2. Like, what is with that? Why not number 1? Why not number 3? Why are you consistently number 2? The teams on the other side of you have changed, but you guys are staying there.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I guess it is like what Zenek said. It's a balance of both leagues. I feel it's still not an excuse. It's not an excuse to say why we've been losing games, but I think it's fair to say that not all our effort goes into this one league, which might net us a loss here and there. So, yeah, I feel like if us Knights, Auto, and Wildcard were trying really hard, we'd have much more of a competitive season. And I can't lie, it would be a lot easier putting all that effort into one league. But that's just not the case. So yeah, it's a balance. So I think where we are right now is a good sweet spot. I feel like you want to be around number 1, 2, or 3. Obviously, number 1's ideal, but 2 or 3 is also ideal. More likely to, because obviously you play less games. Yeah. But yeah, you definitely you want to be putting more of your eggs in the South APAC basket for sure.
So I guess what you're saying is it's a bit of a balance, right? Because you're obviously trying to balance the 2 leagues, and you're basically saying that you guys think you found the right amount of balance to invest in between both leagues, because you've been consistently doing quite well in OCN. And I mean, APAC do you think that perhaps you're actually not balancing that well if you're struggling in APAC South a little bit, or do you think that's just other external factors?
Yeah, I think in terms of like effort, effort placed, I think that's fine. I think we're just maybe there've been some days where we haven't brought our sort of game face to South APAC and our A game. Yeah, that's all. I think especially at the start of the season in South APAC we were shit house. So yeah, it's about sort of having a better start to the season and being better. Yeah.
I want to ask you something a bit more closer to home, mate. What the bloody hell is wrong with LFO? I cannot for the life of me understand it, mate. Why, when, how, why?
I'm in the same shoes, mate. I'm sitting in your same shoes because I don't have an answer, Manic. Look.
The last time you beat them was over a year ago.
Honesty, mate. Honesty is the best policy around here. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
they're the 7th in the league, and you came first. And the last time you beat them was over a year ago.
He dropped 20, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. He dropped 20. Like, he was just killing us, and I don't know. Yeah, things go wrong. I literally I don't even want to talk about like we can talk about it. I'm fine, but I'm just saying yeah, it hurts. I hate losing to them because we could be first there, and it saves us the best of 3 series, but. They just have our number, and it's I can't even sit here and lie, but yeah, they've got our number.
Are you gonna go into stage 3 with like almost a personal vendetta of making beat LFO?
Maybe. I mean, like last season.
I came into 2021 with that, mate. What are you talking about? How's it going for him?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like we've known this for multiple seasons that they've just got a number, and each season we try and change what we do, but I don't know. I feel like next season we're just gonna bring no light to it. I think. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like trust me when I say this. We've combated how we mentally prepare but just things just happen to I don't know. It's actually a huge mental block, I guess. Yeah.
Which it's surprising then LFO doesn't make playoffs, because in reality they've got 2 free wins every stage, right? They've got Chiefs and they've got River.
Yeah, they're just
I think 2 wins is
You
enough.
do know that Dgtl came on here voluntarily.
They just blues to rhythm in stage
You
1.
didn't
so I
have
can't
to
even
do
say
this,
that.
Enox, you know.
I'm seeking compensation.
Next
you know
time
what,
Xenox
Dev?
is,
You gave
Mrs.
away my
wins the
Mrs.
giveaway,
credit
I'll
code,
just give you the
so
credits.
that's what you get. I'll disrespect your guest.
Yeah, I mean, like, what I just don't get is, like, you know, you can say it's the mental game, but like this isn't even like remnants of the same roster. It barely has a player the same from these teams of the past. You know, Jigsaw was the big bogeyman of LFO in stage 1. You know, their big player that dropped 20 against you guys. I don't remember their stage 2 game against you guys as well. Did someone drop 20 against you again?
Wettables, yeah.
Oh, of course.
How can you forget about Wettables?
You know, he only started playing
interviewed the
comp
man.
this year. I mean,
Yeah,
That's
ex-teammate
messed
of
up.
mine as well. Ex-teammate. It was literally, I just feel like, I don't even know, man. He just was lucky. Like, he dropped 20, and I'm not letting that happen again. I want to say that, but
That is the shittest cop out I have ever heard, Dgtl. Look, okay, let's be completely honest here. You're quite political when it comes to our interviews, you know, on OCN and APAC South, as you need to be. Let me just remind you, we're a little bit more looser here. So I need to ask you what your actual opinion is, because I asked you this last time we had an interview on Bliss, and you went, "Oh yeah, they're pretty good. They'd go alright. They've only got one league to focus on."
I go on
talk
default
about
mode,
Bliss.
don't I?
Well, I mean, everyone does, right? Mate, you should hear Juicy's responses. It's literally, yeah, like I said last week, guys, we're doing well. We're
here to
feeling
have
good.
fun.
Don't worry, it happens every
They
week.
train me well.
But
They train me well. They train me well.
talk to me about Bliss. If they make APAC, let's say they make it through all the qualifiers, because they're having a pretty good season overall year. But you know, as we get down to the thick of it, down to the sticky end, do you think that they could compete in both OCN and APAC South to the standard that would be required?
I think they'll struggle for sure. Like, I don't think they'll do that good.
Yeah.
They have gunners, but they have no depth. Like, that's just being. I'm just being honest. Like, a little depth, and sure, they can go work on it. Any team can. Yeah, they just need to work on the depth. Like, balancing 2 leagues is tough for sure. It's just more VODs, more things to focus on.
Would you put them in the wildcard bracket with where wildcards at the moment, sort of that kind of level, playing the 2 leagues?
No, wildcard have different issues, I feel. And Bliss, wildcard definitely, they have different issues. Like, Bliss would be facing, depth and literally just sort of depth and being able to, like, they're very just one-dimensional. Like, I don't know, they're not really experienced, and that's fair. I think that's fair to say. And it's cruel to say, but I'll say it, that obviously Rebix and Jigsaw are do win rounds that they maybe shouldn't win, and you can start to rely on that sometimes. So I feel like if they're not bringing their A game, then they're not bringing their A game at all. So
Dgtl, what's the TAB paying on the odds of Jigsaw and Repix getting poached here? What's the odds on it? What do you reckon?
they're definitely both pushing $10 for them to be poached. I mean, yeah,
Got some info,
$10. They're players with potential, and I'm sure teams have their eyes out. If you're a bookie, I'd be setting your prices at $5, $10 sort of region.
Jesus. Mate, you've got some information. It's interesting to bring it up, because I think midway through this stage, I think it was one of the reloads I mentioned Jigsaw as a player that could get poached in the future, but then you kind of look back and you think, well, who's going to be able to poach him in OCN? Because right now Bliss are at the top in OCN. This was midway through stage 2. So you kind of look at that and think, well, who's going to actually poach him? It would have to almost come from outside of OCN. Would you agree with your
no, I don't think
bookie
so.
there?
No, because they might be doing well in OCN, but eventually it also comes down to probably one of the APAC South teams, because OCN's like obviously a good league, but you want to become first constantly in OCN to work for what? You want to work for APAC South. So if Jigsaw gets offered from an APAC South slot, so I'm sure he'll be considering it. I don't know what his mind's at. This is all hypothetical as well, so
Is it?
I love that little disclaimer.
You may as well
If
just
anyone-
say jigsaw.ig and just be done with it. Like,
I should say if anyone gets offered, any OCM player gets offered for an Apex House team spot, then yeah, you want to be considering it because the opportunity and is a lot bigger. So,
But give it to me like this: the fact that they're 2 stages in a row, like they're looking pretty good because I'm pretty sure the way that it works, and someone can please
Not
clarify
public.
if it's not. Well, I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the fact that that's just the best teams
Just
go through.
finish,
guys.
Thank you,
finish
Guz.
well, and then
I
you might
appreciate you.
play somewhere against other teams that finish somewhere.
Yeah, but like let's be completely honest here. Like Bliss are on track to be at a point where they could compete in APAC South. If you were Jigsaw, would you be thinking about moving, or do you think you'd try to build a legacy on that team?
but yeah, dude, that's a question for him. I don't know.
Thanks, Digital. Appreciate that, mate. Great insight there, mate.
Dodgy question.
Busted everything.
Because that's what's I don't know what the saying like. It's you stick with your team, see what you can do in and sort of maybe advance to bigger and better things. I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, or you take the shortcut. But I don't know. It's up. It's what Jigsaw thinks.
Would you take a shortcut to the top 4 of Apex South?
Oh, there's so many factors, man. Like, if the team I was on, if I didn't see a future, and the team that I was being offered to, if I did see a future, then yeah, I probably would. But yeah, just sort of there's so many other factors. Like org is another one. Who's on the team is another one.
So digital to elevate probably not going to happen.
Yeah, maybe not. Probably. Bit of a language barrier there. Xenox, you are doing it.
You see what I mean when we say Xenox is the boss?
Behind that joke. It's all good.
Xenox.
You know what I mean when I say Xenox is the boss?
Yeah, like I won't. Yeah, not.
You don't have
not
to
the,
say it, mate. We all know. It's all
Not the best times, guys. We'll move on.
Hey, look. Speaking of, I have
PTSD.
I have a cool segment we can talk about, boys. So I asked all you lads to. Oh wait, no. Firstly, I was jumping ahead of myself. Look, I know that you guys love this section, by which I mean Guz and Xenox. So look, this is who we rounded out. Who wants to?
This one doesn't count. This one has the.
No, what are you
this has
talking
the
about?
playoff.
This
one,
100.
I don't think this one counts.
No, this
fine with either
100%
of
counts. No, this 100% counts. There's no
Well,
question,
I-
mate. You
I-
can't call yourself the best predictor unless you
I don't.
manage to make it all the way through playoffs. You
I
are
just
full
don't
of it,
think-
guys.
I just don't think
Absolute
it does.
full of it. No. You can't. What, you're going to just call best of ones, then all of a sudden when it actually comes down to calling something that's proper in a best of 3. Digital, would you approve of my comments there, saying that a best of 3 is really where the prediction battles are won and lost?
So, some would argue some predictions, are valued more than others for sure, and I think these final ones. I mean, you flawless it. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah.
There are some. I'm looking
Give
here.
it to me straight. Give it to me straight, Digital.
You flawless it. You've outdone yourself really. I'm looking at some of these, and some of these are just like I don't know why you're picking these teams.
Can you please point out which ones?
Right.
Let's be real. You look at my one. That's probably the most logical, right? Knights in
No
probably would have
way.
expected order, and then Chiefs.
Oh
Yeah?
wait, I reckon
Yeah,
me, Guz, and Raven had the most obvious.
I'm more looking at Sky and Duckies. Like what is that? Don't know what's going
They're
on.
not actual casters.
Sky was smoking the good stuff, I think.
He definitely was. He was
This one
definitely
Ballarat,
looking.
so you know, I don't know what's in the water, but
Yeah, Ducky going for the value bets there. That would have been paying a lot. So I guess he's trying to make value
Hey,
out of
I
something.
think after day 1, he started messaging us all in the chat saying, "Hey
He
boys,
was.
I'm going to end up first. He's going to get tied first, and yeah."
This is the
Dream
guy who
first.
picks LFO all season, by the way. Funnily enough, LFO ended up winning more games than Wildcard, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, Jesus.
Just putting some more.
You can't do it,
In
man.
regulation.
Technically,
yeah.
in regulation, they won 3 over.
Look, all right. So we all know how much we love predictions. So I asked these folks to give me their predictions for the next stage of the final
I forgot about
standings.
I don't even remember doing
No,
this.
this is
Yeah.
like power rankings still.
It's like power rankings for the final standings from stage 3. So this will be basically what everyone in our casting team reckons is going to happen by end of the standings of like the best of ones round robin, and then also end of the playoffs. So top 1 through 5 will be playoffs results. And like we're pretty aligned. All four of us have Rufflecopter, LFO, Rhythm 6, 7, 8. All of us have Chiefs number 1. So it's really just 2 through 5 that's different.
I'm a little surprised by the Rufflecopter because I can kind of envision them finishing above wildcard again.
No.
I'm gonna put wildcard low. I want to put wildcard low. I put wildcard too high.
No.
I overrated them. They're gonna be.
Oh, so did I.
I'll just be above LFO Rhythm.
I gave wildcard the love just for the sake of giving them the love, but I stick by my comment. Ocean at the moment is top 6, bottom 2. I stand by that firmly. I don't think you can't rote wildcard. Sure, results wise you can, but you can't rote wildcard in with LFO and Rhythm. They are.
One.
You reckon? You reckon that's how bad it is? What, you reckon LFO has a chance to make it, do you?
Hey, LFO's on 9 points. Wildcard's on 9 points. Cut out LFO. Unless, look, I'll tell you this. I will agree with you, Manic, if Chiefs beat LFO in stage 3.
There you go, Dgtl.
We all know I can't promise that. We all know I cannot promise that.
But I will say, though, 2 to 5 is obviously where we've got a lot of disagreements with each other there. A lot of up and down. The big one, I think, for me is Bliss. No one, only 2 of us, which is Manic and Guz, actually.
Well, this is
second.
power rankings for the end of the playoffs, right? So this is...
It is.
Yeah. So Bliss can't play best of 3, so they're not going to finish first. Well, best of 5. They definitely can't play best of 5.
Well, they can only...
So
let's assume that Bliss lose their playoff game, all their playoffs games. Let's just assume that, right? It means that they will end up, whatever they end up in the standings, -1. So
I think they could finish first regular season, but they're not going to win a best of 5.
That would mean they would end second, this season. Whereas for me, I've got them essentially coming 3rd in the regular stage, and then getting 4th because they lose.
I think there's a bit of miscommunication with this graphic because I'm pretty sure, if I remember the conversation,
here we go.
No, this was meant to be like a power rankings at the conclusion of stage 2, right?
No, you specifically asked if that's what it was, and I said no.
Well, it was clearly a prediction.
And I remember saying this to Dev, though. I think
and I said no, that's
difficult.
Yeah. And I said I appreciate your opinion, but no, that's not what we're doing.
to predict all the way until the very end of stage 3 at this point when there has been no roster moves or anything like that.
It's meant to be a challenge, Xenox. You're allowed to sometimes challenge yourself. That's a thing that people do.
I just say Xenox is the kind of guy who
not everyone plays World of Warcraft from 9 to 5.
You're getting into the realm of just basically guessing because
that's literally what we're doing. Yes. Can I just say, Xenox is the kind of guy that once he's ahead in the predictions, he'll just try and game the system so that no matter what happens, he'll stay ahead by just hedging everyone else's bets.
Well, look, I think regardless, I'm still happy with what I've gone here. It's not like I'm outlandish with my selections. I'm just saying I think that all I'm saying is I think it's very difficult to actually predict. If Jigsaw leaves Bliss, then I take them from 3rd and I probably put them 5th or 4th or something. Those little things change.
They did well in stage 1 and they didn't have Jigsaw.
Yeah, but that was stage 1. That was when wildcard went wildcard.
Dgtl, weigh in here, mate. We need to shut Xenox up.
He actually does make a good point.
Kick him out. He's not worth having here.
Having said that, I do think you can't what's the point in predicting if you're gonna know right up to the you wanna challenge yourself. I completely agree with that. And all of you have done that. Nothing's outlandish here. I think any of these scenarios can be. I was hoping I would say a Rhythm 2nd or something. I don't know, or a Bliss 8th or Chiefs 8th or something. But you've all pretty safe here, paying $1.20 to get up. So looking, I wouldn't be surprised if any of these get up. So yeah.
So where would you put it, Dig? If I could put you on the spot and say, what do you think that the standings end of playoffs will look like as of stage 3?
I'm in complete agreement with Chiefs first.
Do it like a racehorse caster would. You gotta give it to us the way it would.
I don't watch the horses or dogs enough.
Oh, come on, mate.
The Chiefs horse looks strong. And it's hard to beat. Going to be a hard one to beat. Strong chance at a place. I'll go bottom up as well. I think Rhythm and LFO, I think they're I think they're 8th and 7th. That's fair. 6th is the big one. Is the one who doesn't make the finals. I honestly think, yeah, Ruffle or Wildcard, I would put there. I think Wildcard still would have some issues balancing, maybe, with the other league. And Ruffle, probably not as strong, but maybe can put all their efforts into winning. So, yeah, I'd put them either 5th or 6th, but no one's even put them for finals, which is interesting. But yeah, I'd put them, yeah, I don't know, 5th or 6th I think is a good place for them. And then, yeah, wildcard order Bliss. I'd put Knight second. I think
at this point you could just say, you could just look at my column, and that's what you.
Shut up.
yeah, I don't know. Everyone's column is good. Maybe not. I think Devs. I wouldn't put order that high, and I put a Bliss a little bit maybe more high because they've got the other league as well. And
cop that, Dev.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But then again, I like how he's put wildcard 5th and not 4th like Manic and Guz. But yeah, look, you've got cons, you've got pros. It's
I think if there's anyone
as we said, it's challenging.
I think if there's anyone we're giving benefit of the doubt to here, it's actually wildcard.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I will say I was very, very hesitant on the 5-6 slot there between those two.
Yeah. I just think it's too hard not to, right, with wildcard, because like we 100% know the form that they're in. They're not doing great. We thought that stage 2 was going to be their glow up. It wasn't. Like, you just look at their roster and it's terrifying. Like Emo, Rin, Pat, Geo, like it just from top to bottom. Milo and Vinny, how can you not classify them in a proper like thought process? If you were to come into stage 3 in a clean slate, like, you just couldn't imagine them not making finals, which, by the way, if they don't, they're actually in danger of going to promo relegations, which...
So, I looked at that. I did look at that, and they would have to... Like, LFO would also have to have a really good stage. Like, LFO would basically have to make playoffs. Wildcard would have to be bottom 2, and then it starts to get dicey. I don't think that will happen, so they should be fine, even if they don't make it, but, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. To even be in that conversation, though, Rob, I mean, that in itself is, crazy.
Yeah. Never thought in a million years that was going to happen. Like, when Diesel had his first departure at the start of this year, we all thought, stage 1's going to be real rough. But the second they get someone in for stage 2, it's going to be on here. And then it just, okay, see you, Dig. And then it just wasn't, right? Like, it just kind of, it's hit a lull. So it's scary.
They had one good result in stage 2 by beating.
Who was it? Knights.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, that shouldn't have happened.
Who's this Ruffle?
No.
That was a night. Picnic also stood in for Juicy that night.
Oh, it was too. It was too. Welcome back, Dgtl. Glad to see you, mate.
Stay hydrated, lads.
Thanks for joining us.
I think going into stage 3, wildcard is definitely the wildcard.
Yes.
It's the question with wildcard is like, when are they going to get their shit together? I think that's the question we've been asking ourselves all year, and I don't feel any closer. Like, I'm confident that Milo's a good pickup and he plays great, but they ended up like worse than stage 1, so I don't really know how to interpret that.
Well, they didn't finish worse than stage 1. They were bottom 2 on 7 points. In Apex
South?
In stage 1. Oh, you're talking about Apex South.
No, aren't you talking Apex
I thought
South?
this was the OCN.
I thought this was the OCN product.
Didn't they come...
In stage 1 for OCN, they were bottom 2 on 7 points.
Whew. Oh, I thought they were... Oh, shit. Was LFO above them?
No, actually.
Rhythm was above them. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
yeah.
Shows how quickly my memory fades.
Topsy-turvy, mate.
Old man, mate. Yeah.
Clearly.
What are you, Dev? Like 20, 23 going on 40?
Going
so
on
they had
60
6 points in last place in stage 1 for Apex South, and they improved that to 10 points in third last, and obviously in the top 4 conversation. In fact, even had a positive round differential. The only team in the bottom 4 that did make playoffs to do that. So definitely they improved in APAC, and it goes back to that balance equation. And as Dgtl pointed out before, Wildcard is a team that has to play both leagues, whereas Rufflecopter isn't, and that could end up being the difference once again, as it proved to be the difference for stage 2.
Yeah,
I think Wildcard as we often say, they've got the players, they've got the roster, no issues there. It's just they need to do a lot of soul searching over this next couple of weeks and really sort out their roles and what they're doing because, yeah, obviously not giving too much away, but from what I've heard, there's a lot that needs to be improved upon. So hopefully, over the
What
break,
have you
they have a
heard,
real
mate?
opportunity.
What have you heard?
I wonder where you heard that from.
Who are
Just,
you?
Things and stuff. But I mean, you can even see it inside the server. You don't need to have inside info to know that Wildcard aren't playing very great. Like you can see.
That's some great analysis once again from you guys.
You're a shit.
Alright, guys. You got something in your throat.
We've been
got a
playing
cough
too
or
much,
something?
mate.
Say it.
We've been playing far too much with me carrying you lately, I tell you what.
I want Digital's thoughts here, though, and I know he doesn't want to speak on players, but in this case on a team, do you sense there's hope for them? Do you sense that going to stage 3?
So I think the problem they have, and I'll just say it. I think losing Dgtl, who was their point man of what's going wrong and what do we do to fix it. And when you lose that sort of point man, that leader, you look for another. And when you look to that point man, you always have that respect for them because they're telling you like what's going wrong and they know how to fix it. They have the solutions. And I feel like they've lost that. I feel like they don't have that point man who will tell you what to go wrong. And if anybody right now in that team speaks up and says what's going wrong, there might not be that same sort of respect for that one player that's speaking up. And that's tough. So it's going to take a lot more than winning your ones to improve that team. It's a matter of fixing the roles and having faith and bringing good vibes. I think that's what it's going to take for them to sort of begin a rebuild phase and start pulling the same results that they were some time ago.
Yeah,
well said.
Well, to come off that grim conversation, I actually had kind of semi-forgotten about this, but there's a fun thing that I wanted to do in lieu of a big international sporting event that has been on that I don't think I should legally say the name just because of copyright reasons, but there's a big international sporting event that has been going on recently, and a lot of it's just they've had the closing ceremony. It's just finished off. But I thought it would be a bit fun, in the spirit of that, and also in the spirit of the upcoming World Cup for R6, if we just made some dream teams. So Team Australia, I would say Team New Zealand because obviously that's part of OST, but none of us here are actually New Zealand. If you've got any New Zealand fans in chat, feel free to put your dream team New Zealand. But Dig, I know you're probably going to want a bit of time, but just spitball for me. Build your Aussie dream team.
My Aussie dream team. Where we on the spot, if you don't mind. Aussie dream team. I think you gotta have Virtue. Virtue's in there. I think I'll chuck Worthy in there, my teammate. He definitely deserves to be up there.
Wait, he's not Australian, is he?
He's New Zealander. That's the only problem.
ANZ, yeah, ANZ.
No. It's got to be an Aussie team because you can do a New Zealand team if you want. We get Cutie and Worthy.
New Zealand team is Worthy and Cutie. That's all it is. Australia. Okay, so Virtue. I'd put Lusty. I think he's really good. Personally, we're gonna need some flex and support players on. So. Cartridge Diesel, I'll go Morgan. I think Morgan Fisho. Support player. Next, we're gonna need a vert player. I'm not gonna put myself. I'm gonna be really humble, guys.
Shut up.
If I had the choice to pick myself, probably would. But nah, I'll pick. Who do I think's a good vert player? I think Nico's pretty good at vert. I think he's the most. I think, like for some reason, I think of him. I don't think of anyone else. Like I think Hayward plays a bit of sledge, but say again. Sorry.
Who was it you put for vert?
Probably Nico because he's. I think he's the only other obvious vert player.
Who's vert on Knights? Like is that kind of shit?
It's
like Dino,
switch.
Sage?
Sage and Hayward because I know Hayward plays a bit of sledge.
Yeah.
I think, but it switches and there's no obvious.
We got Diz in chat now saying this team sucks. Please don't apply for coaches.
Yeah, we'll get to coach later. Yeah, so I've got what have I got? I got Nico, Virtue.
You gotta get Josh in there, right?
Morgan. Huh? Yeah, we'll check Josh. Yeah, why not? We'll go Josh. Oh. Josh good. Josh good at entry player. So yeah, we'll go with Josh. Sub. I'll put Wettables. You love that if I say that. So put Wettables as sub. Coach, I honestly reckon the best Australian coach is Picnic. I think, and this is strategy coach. I'd say suck that turtle.
This is in the chat and everything. Like,
turtle. What about turtle, guys? Come on, turtle.
Yeah, and turtle. I've been playing ranked with turtle all day. You know, we lost a couple games. He's feeling pretty sorry for himself. Turns on the stream and sees his player just go.
He's from New Zealand, though, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. No, I'd go. Yeah, CJ. Well, Picnic. Picnic. I reckon he's good. Really good player. Really good player turned coach, and I think that's a lot of the time you do need that. A coach who knows what it's like to be a player, it can be really helpful. So yeah, I go Picnic, and that finishes off my roster.
I like it. I love just again Dizzle in the chat. A lot of faith in his teammates. Have you seen Lusty's 2021? He says.
I got too much faith in him.
All right, who wants up next?
Xenox's chop of the week. Come on, mate. Here you go.
He's still doing his team, isn't he? So
alt-tabbing and where you've written it down?
Yeah, I've got it. Hang on, written down. Look, honestly, if I had to build a team, it would be about personality, right?
Yeah,
I think 100%. You've got to have good personality.
Digital Specker.
Digital Specker. I've also gone with Vinny, and I've gone with Oda. I've got one last though.
Vast, surely. Surely.
Repix could fit in there as well.
Yeah, the French villain. He could fit in there nicely. Who can't kick a ball to save his life.
I'll just throw Boydie in there because he.
I'll give you that. That's great.
We need to do these dream team rosters for different activities in future. We need to be like, you have to put together a restaurant. Who's your chef? Your team of chefs.
Definitely not Dino.
100%. My coach is Enigma.
Yeah. Oh yeah, has to be.
I really want. We've never seen in Rainbow Six, full suit on stage at like the Invitational or something like that. But Enigma, humble man, he would be the first one to accept that responsibility.
Yeah.
I guess I'll head up to the chopping block. So I think first off, gotta have God Legion, right? Can't go without God Legion. Man is too consistent to not have God Legion. Next, I guess you've got to have Dgtl in there because he's digital. You can't go without digital.
You better not be building the cheese.
Then I'd go Fisho because we know that Morgan's an absolute animal here. And Bart, look, honestly, I said Bart before. He's absolute top notch there. Vast fits in unbelievably. The final, I know Worthy is from the sheep town, so I won't go with the Fosh and Chops boy, but I think I'm going to have to double down here, and I'm going to have to go Supremacist. I think Supremacist would do us fantastically.
Have we got Supreme in chat right now? Oh my god.
That's so funny.
You're the worst, man. Poor Supreme.
Yeah. Sorry, Supreme.
Says Cairo. Look, Diz has pointed out you can only have 2 players from one team for the World Cup teams, but we're just having. I'll allow it, Rob, just because we're having.
Thanks, mate.
But yeah, you definitely wouldn't be one of the team managers for Team Australia. I can tell you. Oh
no, I would 100. Yeah, because I'd be casting, mate. They would not pass up an opportunity to get this guy who hasn't done an SI. Nice. Shove it up your ass, Xenox.
All right, mate. Gus, do you want to save this derailed conversation?
Yeah, look, obviously, being the smartest of the group, I did follow the 2 per team rule and actually formulated a decent team that can actually win some games of Siege. So
yeah, I had the 2 teams.
So firstly, Xenox, shut up. Firstly, we'll chuck Virtue in. Obviously, big name, plays for G2 at the moment and continues to perform well and could be a bit of an IGL role if you want an IGL. Keeping in mind that this is going to be glorified rank. That's what the World Cup's going to be, no doubt about it. Following up, we have Josh from the Knights, been popping off, can be quite consistent when he wants to be. Worthy, obviously, having a very strong stage 2. Bailey, bit of a quiet performer from Order.
You got 2 New Zealand players on your World Cup Australia team.
Doesn't matter, mate.
No. Sorry, mate. No, we can't have that. We can't have that.
I had the political willpower to get that over the line. We'll be, we're going to invade New Zealand before the World Cup and claim it as ours.
Just sorted out.
Then we have Nico, flashy vert player, and the best looking on the team. And then Sage as sub, because he can pop off, and Enigma because we need a camera presence so he can be introduced.
No, I was gonna start my roster by saying I was gonna get Worthy an Australian passport, but since everyone else has already said him, then I'm just not gonna, because I don't want to be a bit of a normie like the rest. So, look, there just aren't any good players on Chiefs I would pick up, unfortunately.
He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. Mama Bear, he doesn't mean it.
I guess I need a vert player, so I'll go that digital guy. Someone had to pick you, all right? And look, I'm gonna go Josh. I want Josh in there. I kind of want I want Jigsaw in there. Just, you know, get him on the big stage, see what he can do. So what have I got? Jigsaw, Josh, Digital. What do I need? Need someone who can play support. Milo. I reckon Milo on the support.
Mate, it's the World Cup. It's glorified ranked. You don't need a sub. Trust me. You don't need a sub.
I just put Milo on ace and that'll be everything. And who for my last player do I want to get?
Go Inspector for the mental.
I actually might go Bouncing. I might go Bouncing. Bouncing in there. I'm going for the Young Gunners team. I mean, a couple of, you know...
Could be the strat.
I've got... You're like the most experienced player on that team. Let's go. You could get to be captain, Dig. There you go. Good luck.
Surely if you're going Young Gunners, you just go Repix, Jigsaw, God Legion.
God
who
doesn't
else?
count. He's too experienced to be classified as a Young Gunner.
He's too experienced, but he's a Young Gunner. Surely we can still keep him. Yeah, he's an absolute bloody weapon.
I said Jigsaw. I said Bouncing, and I said...
So Repix, Bouncing.
Milo.
Who would be the fifth? Would Milo be the... Do we classify Milo as a young'un?
He is. He's, you know...
Okay.
He's well-spoken, but he's a Young Gunner.
There's my 5.
Yeah.
There's my 5 to the World Cup. I tell you what, that would absolutely demolish. That would demolish.
A coach would be Raven, obviously. The one and only.
Who?
Raven.oddity.
Raven.oddity, yeah.
Raven.blank, you mean? We can't be saying that name out here, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was season 10 flashback. Right.
Oh, we got some good ones in chat. I want to try and build the New Zealand team, though, because I'm trying to think, can we get a 5? I just want to get a 5.
I don't think we can.
Can we, all together, like, if we put our heads, surely we can make this work. We got Worthy, we got Bailey. Is there anyone else in OCN who's New Zealand?
Oh, no, there isn't. I think they're the only 2.
Jeez.
Well, actually, yeah, Emo's been overlooked here, I reckon.
Emo's
been...
Yeah.
Emo popped off in stage 1 and stage 2 for both leagues, and Wildcard have done trash. Surely. Oh, Cthulhu as coach. Boys.
Get him on there.
Plug him in. Plug
Russian-born, New Zealand resident.
Yep.
Don't know what his
Book him.
status is, but yeah.
He might even have to play it
I think you have to play.
Oh no, Supremus is here. Supremus is heard. He's heard.
Oh no. Maybe someone sent
Hey, you're gonna get bashed.
Supremacists, do you want to know what's so funny? You're KD, mate. That's what's so funny. You goddamn KD, son.
I'm sorry, Supreme, dude. I'm sorry, man. You really don't deserve this.
I love you, mate. I love you so much. Honestly. Hey, how does it go? Hey, Supremacists, rate my form. Shee! Is that... Hang on. Shee! Is that how you did it? Goodness me. Sorry, mate.
That, mate. You are so cringe. No wonder you didn't do SR.
Warden! That's a name I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, let's bring back Warden from retirement. He would pop off. He's our vert player. Who else we said? Oh, Bailey, and we got Worthy, and... Like, we could get Cthulhu in there, get War Turtle just back into the server. I've been playing some ranked with him. He plays a mean lion, so I think we're all sorted. There you go. There's your Team New Zealand.
New Zealand done. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Serum, picnic Hurricanes. Yeah.
Serum, that's a name I haven't seen in a while.
That's a TV.
Look, you know, bit of a throwback to the World Cup. Hasn't been a lot of, you know, talk about that in a while, but I just figured with, you know, the big international sporting event on at the moment, it would just be a lot of fun to do.
God, I hope we get that World Cup for R6 one day. I really hope that happens. Maybe next year.
We'll have our work cut out for us with some, you know...
Are we going on a boys trip? Surely we're going there. We're not casting yet. We're going to go on a boys trip. That would be the best.
Yes, surely.
Ideas for your Bucks night, Xenox?
You probably won't be married by then because of the lockdown. So
mate, you can't say that.
Jesus, don't say that.
I thought he was just going to be left at the altar. I thought that's where you were going.
No.
Once
When they
Xenox
go
tells
to the
his
crowd and
missus
say
that
any objections, surely, surely me and you got a couple, man.
He kicked the door down. I object.
Look, before Xenox's marriage is ruined, I do have something fun to talk about. Now, we do have to announce the giveaway winner. Well, it's not a giveaway, it's more of a competition for the Samsung SSD Speedrun Challenge. We obviously all played it when we were on the playoffs. Guz won it, congratulations. But we did have one going out to the community as well. Now, we had a good number of submissions online, and actually some that broke the world record. So let's go and watch the person, or the run, who won this Speedrun Challenge and won the SSD.
So whose is this one?
It's Cairo.exto. I know he's in the chat. Woo! This
is a good run. This is honestly really good.
I haven't even watched it yet. Is it like, obviously, guys, you've put a lot of hours. Is this actually possible to beat?
I reckon it is. I reckon it is. That third last kill, he whiffed. He didn't
I don't think the third one matters because you have to wait for the last to run around the corner. So honestly, like, you might be able to save a frame or two on that last kill, but honestly, like, I don't think there's much room. Like, for context, so that was the world record, right? So it got submitted to speedrun.com, which
it is now. Yep, it
gets verified.
The world record. It has been verified. Yeah. This is it.
Yeah, so for reference, it's 17.85 was Cairo's time. Second place is 18 seconds flat, so a couple of frames. That was 1 month ago. Fourth place, for example, third place is 0.016 seconds slower 3 months ago, and the world record that was there for ages was 18.050. That was 2 years ago. So to time save it is really hard. It could be beaten by maybe 1 or 2 frames, but honestly, it's very optimized. So.
I remember, if you guys remember Joey G, he had his run at this. And I remember him trying for a bit. I don't think his name might be on that list. I'm not sure. It might be under like Joey Massa or something. But I remember he had to go, and I don't think he was ever successful. So props to Cairo if you could, getting that done. That's good.
Cairo, I actually had a look at the website speedrun.com and looked through some of the other situations. Cairo has gone on to break the world record in 5 of them.
Oh shit!
This week. God. So Cairo has.
I'm gonna have to get back on the grind. I'm getting tempted.
Yeah, I mean, we were looking and we saw your name had just dropped out of contention, guys.
Yeah, man, ancient history.
Yeah, so look, massive stuff from rising CL player Exto, currently flawless in OCL. They went 7-0-0-0. So just.
Are we gonna see him in OCN soon?
Digital?
Maybe. Depends if Exto can.
Professional opinion?
Yeah. Exto look good. I feel like it's not outlandish to say that they'll be up in OCN. So yeah, no, that's definitely a strong possibility.
Dev, what is OCL?
OCL is the Oceanic Challenge League. You can watch it during the stage and season right here on Rainbow Six ANZ.
No way. That's so cool.
If you had to pick right now, Digital, Rhythm versus X, who are you taking?
Probably Exo. Or Exo.
Sheesh.
Yeah, my boy Sawyer will have that match on lockdown, I feel like.
Oh.
So Sawyer came from, he was coaching for Noble, right?
Yeah, I feel like helped out. I don't know, because I had 3 coaches at the time, so
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So and then he sort of started playing for Exto, and they've been pretty consistent. So I feel like they'll be challenged, but they'll love it for sure, I think.
So good stuff, Cairo, well deserved. Couldn't have given it to anyone else. Now I will say we didn't actually have this giveaway based on who got the best time. It was just meant to be, enter for a bit of fun. Supremacist was considered despite him having a terrible run. But at the end of the day, we just couldn't give it to anyone but Cairo. Just too on point. So yeah, I know I don't even need to say, get in touch with me because I know we've been already chatting in DMs and we'll sort you out, mate. But he's one.
Dev, what was the slowest that was submitted?
Milo's, right?
Probably Supremacist.
Supreme, no.
Oh, like.
He's copped it tonight.
Yeah, he really has. Yep. So again, big ups to Cairo, and here's a pretty big reason, to watch. I think it's pretty good marketing for OCL to go and see the #1 speedrunner holder. I feel like he's the only one who holds 5 currently world records in speedruns.
I feel like we should do like an OCL segment for stage 3 at some point.
Maybe we should. Maybe we'll need to get an
Like
OCL
maybe
expert on.
We trust you to watch the game, bro.
Me?
Do you even watch OCN?
I do. I actually do tune into OCL every now and then. So I can't. Oh, I do. I legitimately do. I don't stay for long.
If you're a fan, then name 5 people.
This is gonna look bad on. This is gonna look bad on all of us.
You can't bring up Wikipedia.
Move on, quick. Move on.
I mean,
next segment.
Well, you want to talk about the next segment. The only other thing we have left is the giveaway. So, guys, this is your last chance to get Dgtl in chat to be eligible for 1,200 R6 credits. We have 1 pack left for tonight's giveaway. There is currently the containment packs, or the containment collection, and of course the battle pass that you can be using that on, plus the esports skins as well. So a lot of good stuff. I'll be drawing that in just a minute. But yeah,
Digital's never had so many people screaming out his name at once, have you, mate?
I'm more concerned about. I've got my IRL mates just talking shit.
I can see in the chat.
They will love it if I shout their names out.
We'll give your IRL mates a little bit of a spotlight here, Digital, because I've been watching them. So do you want to take us through that? Take us through them. Take their names. I don't know. Mention something about them.
Dox them.
The Black Mamba. The Black Mamba. He's the worst God player I've ever seen. King Rod. That's what he likes to name himself. He named himself that.
Do you call him King Rod? Like when you meet up, you're like, hey,
he calls himself that. We call him Waldo. He calls himself that. He's the worst at GTA races. He's always 8th. He sucks. And Hazardous. He's Harry.
Hazardous 204.
Hazardous 204. Don't know what to say about him. Always comes first in GTA races, and I hate it because I'm always second, and it hurts me to say that. But that's just a little shout out to all the boys.
I don't know what this.
I should say Jim Bob Sweets as well. Sorry.
I don't even know what GTA is. I've only heard of R6 Siege.
What's GAT? GAT.
There's
the
other
only
video
speed run
games?
we do. No. The only speed run I do is the cheeky situations, mate. That's the only speed run I need in my life. That and God, a speed run God on a Sunday morning. That's.
Alright, I'm just going to draw this giveaway and be done with it. Alright, here we go. Yeah, there you go. You must have hyped him up because your mate won it.
No.
The Black Mamba _07.
Oh my
Does he play Siege though?
You got to say
he play
something
Siege?
in chat, dude. You got to say something in chat in order to be eligible to win this giveaway. And you have 1 minute.
Speed run to the fridge, Chucky. You know me too well. Hey, I'll say this.
No, you speed run to your door to pick up your Uber Eats order.
I'll say this. In the old lockdown, I've been speed running to the fridge quite often. I'll say that much.
Look at that dad bod. Have a look at that. I can't wait to see that in the flesh.
Oh, you, mate.
When you move a bit closer to me soon, mate, I'm going to be making some visits. That's all I'm going to say.
So do you mates play Siege Digital?
Some of them play it on PS4, but none of them are got on a PC. We should do a PC giveaway, and I want Jim Bob Sweets to win it. Get Jim Bob Sweets to win it. He'll
I'll just rig that for you, no worries.
Yeah.
How much budget do you think we have?
More supremacists is back in chat.
Enough to pay you, apparently. So it mustn't be that bad.
So to the winner of the giveaway, I have PS4 credits if you would like some credits for PS4, or I could re-roll. It is up to you.
We wall.
Let's re-roll.
Re-roll.
What was it before? What was it a bit earlier? I can't even remember. David? David who?
David who?
Deal, you have to message him, and you have to. He doesn't even know how to whisper you, Dev. I don't think.
He says re-roll. I'm re-rolling.
Yeah, just re-roll. He doesn't play.
Hey,
He doesn't play it enough.
It's Ed Pen.
Yes, Ed.
That's a big one.
Nice,
Ed Pen. So, are you still here? Please say something in the chat.
Eddie.
So,
Hey, Hazardous about to fucking cop it, I'll tell you what.
So in the past, we have said that we're a little bit of a Bliss show, but the Bliss guys aren't in chat anymore, probably because they lost. Tonight, we've been a little bit of a Chiefs show and also a bit of an Exto show because we have another Exto player who has won something here. It is Ed Pan. So, my good friend, I assume you would like this for PC, but just to be sure, make sure you get into the mentions of Rainbow Six ANZ and say what platform you would like the codes for. And Elements, I'm sorry, that's all we have for tonight. Go back to winning OCL.
Go and slide in.
Did Elements retire? I didn't read his tweet longer. Was that real? Did anyone read it?
I don't read twit longers.
It was fake. I was very unimpressed.
As soon as I see a twit longer, I'm like, that's bait. Not doing it.
I couldn't be. Yeah, I was not.
They're all baits now. How does OCL work? So is it just the winner, whoever has the most points out of all 3 stages accumulated, they progress?
We can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, confirm nor deny.
The exact relegation system is yet to be announced.
I don't even know what it is, honestly. I can't remember.
I'm actually not an OCL expert, so I don't want to say something that is wrong, but I believe that you get points per stage similar to...
Bring in our boy Blue.
Do we want to bring up the OCL playoff gauntlet bracket?
Oh, you're really asking for a lot.
Someone say gauntlet? Did someone say gauntlet?
Isn't it past your bedtime?
What do you mean? He just woke up. He literally woke up.
I woke up 5 hours ago. No, I didn't actually, but it goes with the meme.
Alright, I am going to apologize in advance for the super scuffed dark mode that I've got going on here on Chrome.
Oh, wow. I generally am a dark mode user, but for
this is one of those plugins that automatically puts Chrome into dark mode, so that's why some of the colors are a little bit scuffed. So let's just do a little bit of a zoom in for you guys. So here's Allmates Exto 7000 in OCL. The play days have finished, and here is the playoffs bracket for you guys. So big dogs.
How good is this? How good is the gauntlet? Who came up with this idea?
Oh, fuck. Anyone that came up with the idea of the gauntlet.
I think it was Raven, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to give the man too much credit.
I'm not entirely sure. We don't want to give too much credit to Raven. So Big Dogs and Warriors going to play. Winner plays Funky Monkeys. Winner plays Fury. Winner plays Exto. So Exto guaranteed top 2 out of OCL Stage 2, which is pretty hype.
They'll be making bank.
Yep. So
Sawyer's loving this. Bit of me time. Bit of spotlight time.
Okay, cool. I think that's enough.
Jeez.
When do the playoffs begin, Dev?
Mate, it doesn't say on Wikipedia, and I don't want to say it wrong, so I have to go to the Twitter now. So thanks once again for throwing me under the bus. You at least have the polite thing to do is fill while I go and find the answer for you.
No. Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of expecting Exto to probably win, although Fury is a team to keep an eye on as well. I think ultimately
Fury glow by.
It's all going to glow by. It's all going to be
all right.
Very interesting come stage 3, obviously, when we do find out how promo rallies and all of that's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to that.
Thanks for that, Xenox. I'm really glad you're looking forward to that.
The Stage 2 playoffs for OCL will be commencing on the 20th of August, so that is 11 days away. It is next Friday. And
hey, who wants to do a watch
party?
Yeah.
I will do a watch party.
If you want,
let's do a watch party.
Yeah, hell yeah. If you want more details on that, obviously you follow Esports OC and all the important stuff will be retweeted. But specifically for OCL, you want to go to LPL_R6S on Twitter because LPL do run that tournament and they've got all the
What kind of drinks are you into? I'll bring the drinks.
Do you guys want to do the show or just want to knock off?
No, we're talking about organizing the watch party.
We're trying to organise the watch party.
You're not invited.
We're trying to plug OCL, okay? Yeah. I know you're trying to go back to OCM, but let's give some spotlight to OCL.
Yeah, you know the product.
That's what I just did, mate. I was telling them where to go to updates.
It's like the firstborn child for Dev. You know, he just gets wasted away in the corner.
I have to work with these guys.
Watch party!
Alright guys, well that is it for Reload 4 Stage 2. It has been a grand old time. OCN is done and dusted. OCL playoffs commence on the 20th of August in 11 days time. Stage 3, though, we will be back after the Mexico Major is done and dusted, so make sure you go watch that. Make sure you watch OCL. Dgtl, this is your chance to go and plug whatever you'd like to plug. The floor is yours.
Yeah, Dgtl_6 for my Twitter. I pretty much post there most frequently, anything sort of Siege related or gaming related. So yeah, trying to stream a little bit more. Yeah, but just sort of balancing the schedule. So yeah, But if I am streaming, I'll post something on Twitter. So yeah, that's the way to go if you want to find me. But yeah, cheers guys. Cheers for a good chat.
What about the L'Oreal plug, man? You forgot about it.
Yeah, L'Oreal. Look, I'm telling you guys, it does wonders. It really does. It does.
You do look very
wonders.
beautiful. So.
Oh, thank you guys.
Do you stay hydrated with Red Bull?
Red Bull does its bits as well. Yeah, absolutely. I love me some Red Bull.
What'd you get from Menulog if you had the choice?
Sorry, which one of you works for Chiefs? Is it digital or is Manic on the payroll? Because
Did you order that off your Optus prepaid SIM?
No, that was while he was watching the Marvel movies. Don't forget about that one.
I think Chiefs have got the bang for their buck out of this episode, so you're welcome, lads.
Oh no, wait. Nick says they don't plug Menulog. So see, like this is what happened. Uncharted lands.
Sorry, never mind. We cover that one up. Sorry.
Yeah,
Bit of masking.
One last thing, because I want to plug something as well. That is the fact that OCN is presented by Samsung. The reason that Guz has a new 1TB SSD and Cairo has a new 1TB SSD is because of Samsung, and
All my
one of
homies
the
love
reasons
Samsung.
why, yeah, exactly, all my homies love Samsung. The reason why we can do OCN and make it as good as it is because of them. So massive credit to them. Thanks, Rob. But
if Menulog does want to jump on as a partner for stage 3, you know. That's also
if
on the
you
agenda.
want your logo,
if I could
right
get free
here,
Menulog for broadcast days, oh my god!
Did somebody say Menulog?
Mate, if you want your logo right here, reach out to us because you know we may well do sponsorships for Reload in future. But that's all for tonight. We do have to close the show at some point. I'm sure that these guys will be kicking on until the wee hours of the morning. But we do have to.
You want to play some Siege, Manic?
Yeah, definitely some Siege.
Yeah. Thanks, Digital.
You want to come in?
Thank you, Digital, so much for coming along. I really appreciate your time. You're
Thanks,
always
Dig.
lovely to talk to.
Thanks
guys. Cheers.
Never a pleasure.
Thank you for your time,
Thanks
Rob.
for playing.
You know, I'm sorry to say we won't be seeing you next stage, Rob. You know,
Got to be expected.
yeah.
I should say
Just
if
time
any
is up.
sponsors want to contact me, your logo can be put right there.
Yes.
Just Twitter's the way to go. Yeah.
And
I
on
feel
that,
like you need to get sponsored by the Cookie Monster as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
What I'm saying is no one wants to put their name next to that KD, mate. That's just how it is. Digital.
I think they're like 13-3 in one of the games.
Yeah, he did. But
What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take, Matic? Just 13 not enough.
maybe a hug from the homie, and that might be enough for you, Dig.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
leave
I
it on
get-
that one.
Plenty of those to give out.
On that note, make sure you guys are following R6 Esports OCE on Twitter so you know when the next episode of Reload will be, because we're having a little bit of a break, but we'll be back for Stage 3. It won't be too long. Go make sure you watch OCL Playoffs. Go and enjoy the Mexico Major, and we'll see you next
See you
time.
guys in Mexico.
And go
Thanks
and
so
follow
much,
them.
buddy. I'm Jay Mundo on Twitch. Let's go!